Hey, what's up, Ascending Baseline? We are here with our Ascending Baseline Pandemonium League playoffs. We got a match you might be familiar with if you were here last week. It's going to be Streetlight Vibes versus For the Night. I'm here with Queso, and we got our Reaper on the obs. Queso, what are you thinking about this matchup?
Super excited to see, Hative and Uzi both IGL their squads to another explosive series, hoping that Hative's team can, maybe lick their wounds a little bit and just acknowledge their mistakes and come together as a collective unit. I know they're really good at that, just, not being selfish with their plays, always playing together. And let's just see if on the other side, Uzi can just will their team to victory. No disrespect to the other players on that team, but you definitely just got to go behind the main damage dealer on your squad if you're that team, and you gotta play behind Uzi. I would if I was on that team. I would let I'll let the homie pop off. But right now, on their perspective, speak of the devil, and right now we're on a map we haven't seen in a while, so you might have to help me with callouts. Bump and scatter with the pings on the enemy at Westgate. The overshield goes in the hands of Zuzi, trying to get some shots onto Hative. What are you seeing? Bump right off the rip as we see a nice two-piece from the player with the power item. Maybe even a
I
triple.
mean, Uzi immediately was able to, or Zuzu was even immediately able to get that overshield. Get good control. Gonna win the piv against Ninja. Now's in the base. I like this. Playing it a little bit risky there. First, I was gonna say I like that he was playing safe, trying to stay alive. Because if they were able to pick up those spawners, they'd been able to probably get that flag moving, which is super important on this map. Like you really do have to kind of double up on killing the spawners because it's so hard to get the flag out of the base with the spawners actually in there. And now we're seeing Bump kind of being a nuisance back there, making Homie Hopper come all the way back to deal with it. Bump is still hiding around the corner, gets that first shot, but not going to be able to make it work. And it looks like Ninja was able to sneak all the way over and grab the flag, isn't throwing it, so kind of trying to be as sneaky as you can on this map.
Yeah, I do want to, no harm, no foul, but the team in red, Red Bull Hangover versus For the Night in blue. Ninja Dilly with that flag is trying to juggle it back to their base. Looks like Apples gets a pick onto Homie, and it since gets the trade. But so this might be a little bit of a hard situation to get that flag in. It is as that flag runner gets taken out. It is a 2v2 on this map as Apples comes off the death screen. Looks like Hative was there to get a touch on that objective, and that's 1-0 in favor for the Night.
Yeah, Dissector was almost in such a good position to be able to stop that, but just took a little bit too much damage. He's still able to hold it down here. We're just going to call this in their palm tree as he finds Hative, who was not ready for him to come around the corner. Looks like Hative does have that grapple, making himself difficult to kill. A huge grenade comes through, and Homie's going to pick up that off the assist from Hative. So it looks like they're able to mostly clear out the base and maybe get something going. They got that first sneaky cap, which I kind of feel like they didn't really have the slaying advantage to get the first one, but now if they can kind of stabilize and start getting more control, I think they'll be in a good spot. Looks like they did give up that overshield once again, so they maybe need to be a little more on top of these power-ups.
Yeah, right now I'm just seeing a lot of like cross map engagements. You see everybody, lining up in their palms, trying to get some pop shots across the map. A little stale in the gameplay, but at this stage in Halo Infinite, I love to see the switch up and a refreshing map right there as we see a grapple from Hative, takes out Apples, and right there picking up that green gun, tries to do some damage, does, and eventually gets Uzi onto that death screen. Dissector's the last one up for their squad. Homie hits the death screen as Ninja is trying to anchor their spawns. It's Sense and Hative all come up, and now it's just a war right now. Both teams trying to make something happen, but we're seeing this map just be a little bit of not a stalemate. We do have For the Night leading 1-0, but it's just interesting to see every single player maybe be a little rusty on the meta of how to push together here. We see Bump and Scatter get taken out by two members of that blue squad. We have about 8.5 minutes left here, and Dissector just playing things patiently. I think patience is the name of the game when it comes to this map right here. A double kill from that player. Eventually gets taken out at the top mid of the map. Shotgun goes into the hands of Homie. She gets taken out, and it's just a trades on trades on trades on trades.
Yeah, trying to find the right angles on this map is tough. It opens just up to a lot of really good cross angles most of the time. It looks like Bump is trying to make his way across, but gets kind of stalled out on the jump up. He's going to have to move back. He did have to help Azuzi for a little bit, but Azuzi did end up going down. And now we have Apples on Rockets trying to cross map Homie, but is not winning that fight so far since maybe has the angle since just took out Zuzi. Apple's trying to stay alive, is going to go down. And it looks like For the Night are in a decent position to start getting into that base. So it's going to be pretty important for Dissector to get a kill. As he is in a fight with Ninja right now. Looks like is going to get one, but the help comes in from Homie with that overshield. And I feel like this is exactly what they need to get that flag moving. Looks like Red Bull Hangover has opted to overextend, as I saw a couple members make it through that shotgun across the map. So we might see a bit of a standoff with the flag, but it's going to be a weird one because it's going to be hard for both teams to cross each other with those flags.
Yeah, I think right now the winning condition for the night, they just need to secure the entire sandbox for their team, while Red Bull Hangover have a little bit of room to work with. All they really need to do is just make sure that they're playing around their two main slayers on their team, just being smart with their positioning right there. Apple is just running that blue flag, 3 down for Ninja Dilly and company. Let's see if that flag will go in. Most likely will, but if For the Night can get a stop, that would be huge for them. But I think it's too little too late, as we see that flag getting captured by Apples right there. Love to see that. Things are tied 1-1, and like I said, again, let's see who gets the next overshield coming up. Not super soon, but relatively soon. Whoever gets that, I think, will be the first one to get the 2-1 score.
Yeah, I mean, both teams definitely trying to lock down that area. We saw Bump was over there just a second ago. Somehow comes out on top. I thought Ninja was going to be able to take him out as Ninja just like dropped in over there. Homie's trying to make it across the map. She's going to run into Zuzi. Hits good shots, but Zuzi's going to be able to come out on top of that one. I think with a little bit of help from Apples there. And now we have Dissector trying to come through in the shotgun. He has it in a fight with Ninja. Misses the first shot. Ninja's going to come out on top of that. And they're still seeing trades back and forth as neither team has really been able to fully stabilize. But I think Ninja is going to try to get into the back of the base and become a problem. But unfortunately was spotted out. Zuzi's going to be there. They clean him up. And so now they're going to be able to work on their own push out, as that overshield is coming up pretty soon. Rockets up as well. So this could be a big turning point in the map, depending on how it shakes out for both teams.
Yeah, Zuzi picks up those rockets, patient with their trigger finger, but then releases 2 and finds at least 1 pick with that rocket, maybe wanting to get more damage output. Eventually Hative takes Zuzi out. That overshield I think is just so crucial. I think when you play ranked doubles, a lot of players will specifically go for the not the active camo, but specifically the overshield opposed to a sniper if they're both on the map. Those needles almost being good enough to take out Dissector, but Ninja Dilly gets just picked off right there. Zuzi just holding strong right now, and I think we're just seeing both teams just, like, once again, I hate to use this word, but in a stalemate. I really give a lot of emphasis on that power item versus the power weapon. But on this map, it's been a while since I've casted this map, and when I was playing this map, I was a little bit of a chump. Right now we're seeing that flag getting ran by Hative, trying to force something, but Dissector is just holding strong and being patient, and not allowing any progress to be made.
Huge plays from Ninja, able to get 2, tries to get in there for the flag, not quite able to get it. And I feel like a lot of that came down to the fact that Dissector was able to just survive over on For the Night's hut for so long. They definitely saw him over there a few times, but nobody really came to deal with him. So now Apples is going to move up. Looks like going through their alleyway, maybe looking for some overextenders or thinking about trying to sneak through on his own. I guess is just going to try to lock down. Spots out Ninja, is going to get seen, has to try to get around this corner, but is not going to make it. His homie Hoffer hitting really good shots. Bump and Scatter is able to back up one member. And the pressure is on a little bit from For the Night right now. So Red Bull Hangover going to need to do something, get these players out of their base. Looks like Ninja gets through as well. The 2v1 comes in, and with Apples being the only one up, he's going to overextend, and I think we are going to see some flags moving across the map.
Now right now, flag taken. It's prompted for the lobby. Everybody just focusing their attention on the power items and the objective that was just pulled right there. Ninja Dilly, I think that's their 3rd OS for their team, and I think that might be the difference. If they're able to get away with their life, they do. Now they're just juggling, trying to make it to their base, but then their flag gets pulled. It looks like Apples is trying to make them think, for an extra couple seconds. Eventually they get picked off. That's just a great response from For the Night to be able to stay calm in a moment of panic and get that flag almost returned. I think I'm tripping, but who on the side of Red Bull Hangover touched that enemy flag? Because it's not fully returned. It should have been. Right now, everybody is just sweating in this lobby as that flag refuses to get returned. Everybody holding forward, trying to get the enemy's objective in their hands, and Apples doing all that they can with the killing assist. That should be a shocking return. Both flags came back. Wow, that is just impressive to see from both squads, not having any quit in their minds, just holding forward and being aggressive and playing their lives and not getting averaged. Just making sure I'm not the only one in the booth. Beetle, you might be.
Oh yeah, you're right. So it looks like the flags are both going to get returned again. We've only got a couple minutes left in the game. With 3 down, Ninja's going to try to move that across. And depends a lot on if his teammates can pick up those spawners. They should be coming in through that shotgun side. It looks like Zuzi is already across the map, though. Dissector picking up 1 could be kind of a problem. They don't want to end up getting counter-capped on. But again, this map's been going so back and forth. It's really hard to tell what team has the actual advantage here so far.
Yeah, back and forth. It's Hative grabbing that overshield and the thrust in the back pocket. This should be able to be an opening as Zuzi is the last one up for their squad. Dissector hits that respawn, and wow, shotgun versus overshield. That's not an engagement you see that much in competitive Halo, but love to see it in the ascending baseline league. Wow, Hative just trying to hold forward here, gets the killing spree off that OS. He's not really doing the most when it comes to actually opening up lanes. They're just extinguishing what was being planned by Red Bull Hangover. Zuzi hits the death screen once again by Hative. You know, Zuzi had that shotgun, surrendered it, and then got punished by it once they hit that respawn. So that is an interesting play. That's high IQ coming out from Hative right now, who with the last shot runs out of ammo in that shotgun, and now Zuzi has room to work with, is just trying to clear their base of those enemies in blue. Green gun in their back pocket. That's something I just keep seeing. Whenever it's not G8, everybody just tries to get that green gun as quickly as possible. That's something that I'm just kind of paying attention to recently, but right now Dissector taking the 1v1, hits Ninja, gets the body disrespect in, and had to let them know after, you know, just frankly clobbering the enemy right there. Right now, Hative with that Mando gets the headshot onto Dissector. He eventually gets taken out by Apples. We switch onto the perspective of Asio. Homie Hopper gets a pick onto Zuzi off screen. And right now, this might be a decent opportunity for the night. I feel like I've been saying that so much throughout this entire match. Just that this might be a great opportunity for the night. This might be a great opportunity for the night. But Zuzi is just there to thwart the opposing team. Dissector also doing what they can right there. It's tied 1-1 on Bizarre. Game 1 of our semifinal today. Winner of this plays in our final coming up after this series. Best of 5, first to 3 wins on the map count. Let's see if Apples and Co can, you know, come back after a tough loss last week, getting reverse swept by Red Bull Hangover. So just gotta sprinkle in that lore for the new viewers in chat.
I think we should go into a listen in real quick with Red Bull Hangover and see what their plan is to try to get through this overtime situation.
You killed me. You're lost, okay?
Just you die. One's close to you here.
Good defensive needs.
One's
I'm
behind
taking
you as well,
RBR.
though.
You have to get some.
The 2 in our tree. Homies, 1 shot. Nice. One
I
more
got
tree.
helmet.
There's
One
one
shot.
RBR.
Hative's 1 shot RBR, or I mean R-palm. He's pushing through now.
Bulldog.
2 pushing
Yeah,
through.
they
Choose on
can't
our
pull
flag.
flag.
No one's over
that's
there.
one.
I'm getting
Shout
out.
Zuzi.
There's only one on
Two
our
down.
side.
Hative's on our side. 1 shot somewhere.
Top mid. Dinos.
There's one on truck.
Weak or flag stairs. Hative.
Their BR bridge killed me. Going top rocks.
Rockets. Has bombs.
It's a piv apples.
Oh,
Weak on our
my
flag. Weak on our flag.
goodness.
Hative. He's running at tree.
One
Good spot,
RBR
man.
weak.
Chill. Yeah. Just get shots on flag.
There's 3 on me. I'm gonna die. Gonna die.
One on grapple. I can help you, Bump. Just live. I can help you.
I got
Hey, there's
more
one shot.
shots,
Some dinos, some
tree.
dinos, one shot. Got one. One more
I died.
on their
Spawn alley.
pillars and their bottom mid. Hative's bottom mid.
Wow, I just
She's
flew at it,
using-
but there's one shot. No, that's game.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, we are back, and they made quick work of that flag, getting it right across the map pretty early on, which, you know, kind of not too surprising. I feel like that happens a lot in flag games where the the overtime starts and the team that wins the open just pulls the flag and gets that cap. But that does mean that we are going to have For the Night going up 1-0 tonight in our best of 7 match between these two teams, Red Bull Hangover and For the Night. How'd you feel about that first game, Queso? And how do you feel about these stats?
Best of 7. Thank you for correcting me on that one. Zuzi leading the lobby with 38 slays. That's not really a surprise, but right there For the Night, just having a great team mentality. That's what I really want to highlight on this scoreboard. Is yes, it's a little spread out. You see one having 30 plus kills, another one struggling to get to that 20 kill mark. But you just see everybody willing to do their role. It's a great system with For the Night. Their communication and ability to stay calm and just to stay focused and positive, I think, is just what's leading their way to being up in this best of 7 series right now. I'm gonna look for, Zuzi to lock in a little bit, maybe get a little bit closer to the chair, maybe tilt their monitor up, whatever they need to do to mentally just lock in, because it's gonna take a lot to beat a player like that. With the LAN clan tags, you know what they're preparing for. Arlington coming up next week. Everybody from the chumps to the pros are locking in. You can definitely see it in their plays. No one wants to even give the opposing enemy a death if you're going to go compete at LAN next week. Just got to get into that mentality right now. Interference Slayer, look for that overshield, that sniper, and heat wave if I'm not mistaken. Beetle, what are your winning conditions for this game too?
I mean, it seems pretty much like snipe control is going to be the most important thing. Overshield is really nice, but the sniper can just do so much damage, and especially when you've got players like Hative and Zuzi and Dissector in this lobby, is like really got to be careful not to just pass over a free snipe. They're going to be able to do so much damage with it. But we've got Dissector immediately heading over towards the tower side. I think that should give him a pretty good angle. Isn't going to pick up Hative, and looks like Homie is delaying a little bit on the push, so a couple shots going to go on to Ninja. The push comes in. Homie is going to go down. Apples gets the melee, and I think they should be okay to be able to get this over. So it's a couple kills. Since is going to get collapsed on as well. Dissector hitting the double. It's a 3-0 trade so far in the beginning, and they are going to have a sniper on the side of Red Bull Hangover.
Yeah, Red Bull Hangover doing what they need to do. They probably talked in between this match saying, hey, these are our roles. Let's make sure we stick to them. Hative has that sniper, so looks like For the Night will have their opportunity to whittle down this lead. A shot caller badge coming through for Hative. YYing, maybe hitting. Oh, almost hit the headshot, but then hits it on the second enemy right there for the double kill badge and the no scope. Clean stuff as a minute's been drained on that clock. 7-5 is the score. Everybody's just analyzing what's happening on the map, trying to get information, and right now it's 8-8. Things are tied for only just a split second as Zuzi, the last one up on their team, gets the cleanup onto Homie Hopper, and Ninja and Hative all come up on that respawn.
Yeah, I mean, those are huge plays coming out of Hative earlier with that snap. I'm surprised he was even able to get it, considering the opening that they had on the side of Red Bull Hangover. But as I say, that 4 go down, Red Bull Hangover is going to retake the lead here. They've got a 5-kill advantage, and Dissector is trying to be kind of sneaky over here. Near cuts on the ledge. He's going to move back. Unfortunately, he's going to run into multiple players as the slow play was happening, but Ninja, unaware that he was there. Nade comes through as well. Going to get another player down to 1 shot. We'll see Zuzi getting 1 kill over there. Not sure if he's going to get another. Looks like he's not, but they have kept that 5-kill advantage. And Bump doing a play that Bump usually likes to do. Bump tends to, try to sit back and just place damage around across the map. Like, he's not trying to, specifically, like, flex on any different players or anything like that. So, Ninja, looking for him a little bit, is going to extend out, but catches an awkward timing as Bump has the angle on him. A good nade might save him, but no, Bump dodges most of it. Ninja being as sneaky as he can with this pillar, but is eventually going to go down as some more trades go through. A 6-kill advantage, though, coming in for Red Bull Hangover.
Homie with pizza in her hands finds Doesn't gets the kill assist, but eventually with the help of it Since is able to take out the enemy right there. Apples came in for the trade right there. Since just staying alive and just anchoring their squad right now, having the most kills on their team with the heat wave. They're trying to output as much damage as they can with this power item. The lead is only 4 kills, only 4 kills. Things can switch so quickly, but I think Red Bull Hangover doing a great job of just managing the game in front of them. It's Since trying to get shots at that T1 right there. Ooh, it's been a while since I've said that call out, but Hative backing up It Since after they drop Sniper in their hands with Thrust in their back pocket. Let's see if they're able to do something special with it. Summon their inner H5, if you will. But then they get taken out.
Yeah, Hated was trying to make it work with the Sniper. Not going to go like his first life. We have Zuzi staying alive. Gets a decent damage across the map, but is in a bit of a tough situation. It's somehow going to not trade. I just don't think Ninja realized how close Zuzi had gotten to him. Wasn't ready for the melee. Gonna find Homie Hopper low on the box, opts the sweep around, gets the melee there without a trade once again. And Zuzi's putting down so much damage in situations where you'd expect him to be taking a little bit more. Runs through the sewer, still staying alive. Ninja is still on the hunt. Zuzi opts to go for the full chow, but Ninja is gonna hit the shots. Eventually does take him down. We've got a 4-kill lead for Red Bull Hangover, and they're doing a great job just maintaining the pressure as Bump has the flank on basement. He's trying to clean up Homie, but it took him a little while there. Ninja's gonna be there. If he can get a melee here, that'd be huge. Not gonna be able to do that as the trades are coming through, and the lead is starting to go down just a little bit as we see Hative trying to make his way across. Looks like they want that tower control for the OS that just came up.
Yeah, Hative and Zuzi both looking sharp right now. I know Dissector is leading the way for Red Bull Hangover as they grab that overshield and starts just outputting and holding forward, getting shredded in all directions. I think Homie was the one. Yeah, Homie was the one to take out Dissector. It was a good play from her. Zuzi now holding on to the Sniper is doing what I saw when I was tuned into Suppress streams last night, right? Suppress was just hyper aware of everybody on the map and just every single angle, clearing out everything and not letting the opposing team, even get a single death on them. Zuzi is just doing that, and that difference is 1 kill, but it's growing slowly with that power item in the hands of this player. That shows that they've been grinding and are prepared for LAN. I really want to highlight LAN. It is next weekend, and everybody's starting to play like it. Like I mentioned earlier, from the chumps to the pros, everybody's locked in and wanting to bring their best to Arlington. And just like that, that lead grows back to 5 after the openings that were created from that sniper rifle plays.
Yeah, Red Bull Hangover's doing such a good job of just like exploding out at some point in the match. Like it starts to even back up and then they get there. Look, some good shots from Zuzi as he hits the body for the double kill as well. But yeah, now all of a sudden they're at an 8-kill advantage here coming into the last little bit of the game. Ninja's gonna go down. A nice no-scope come from Zuzi. Took his time on the lineup and is trying to just, play his life. He's gonna run into Hative soon. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the angle for it. Staying alive though is so big, and he's gonna opt to go all the way out into that back pipe. Some more kills from the team come through as well. And they're doing such a good job of controlling this later part of the game, just really not giving up any deaths. They got the lead that they wanted, and they're not really forcing trades too hard. So it looks like Zuzi is going to be in a tough spot. Almost catches the double, but he's not going to get there.
Yeah. Right now, Red Bull Hangover doing what I frankly thought they would do here is just really be strong on those Slayers, but that objective efficiency might be what cost them the series. I hope I'm wrong. I never like counting a team out right there. Hate of just grabbing on that overshield, and I know there's no objectives in that Lair game mode that we're seeing right now, but hate of just doing their work right now and just trying to secure the objective of that overshield and that power item. It's not being utilized to the fullest capabilities as that sniper does not connect to the skull of the enemy. The score is 46-38, an 8-kill lead in favor for Red Bull Hangover, and it looks like it's only a matter of moments before they take game 2. That might be a disgusting double play from Ninja Dilly to end us. Is unfortunately just one pick right there. Ninja decides to play their life right there and just do the smart thing. It's 48-41. I thought it was 49. I'm tripping. There's no other ways of saying it, but just like that, the score ends 50-42. Beetle, what comes to mind as we're gonna take a peek at that scoreboard? What are your final thoughts on that game 2 interference Slayer?
I think an incident occurred at some point because I also thought it was 49. So like I'm assuming somebody maybe fell off or we're both just crazy. But yeah, I mean Red Bull Hangover just doing such a good job of getting their slays in. Dissector having a huge game, 17 with 6 assists. Zuzi also up there, 17 with 4 assists. And those two are just having fantastic games. I feel like they both had great stats in the first one, even though they weren't able to take the capture the flag game. But that kind of slaying power is something you'll have to worry about across all game modes. Is even if they're not the most efficient, if they're just putting down too much damage on the map, you just don't get a chance to get those positions that you want for a more objective oriented match.
Yeah, production. If it'd be possible to look at that damage, I always like looking at the output from these players. Really interesting stat line from both teams. They're super close. Everybody in this lobby is within 1,000 or so damage of each other. And that's really something that stands out to me. Really gonna put her on the spot here with the lowest damage in the lobby, Tommy Hopper, but they're only 200 away from Bump. And I know Homie's a great player, so once she finds her momentum, she's gonna be a deadly force. Maybe went a little quiet in the Slayer, according to her standards. But right there, I think it's just super impressive to see how close it is between both teams. I think last weekend, for those who were tuned in, we got a treat of a series. It was a reverse sweep in favor for Red Bull Hangover. Unfortunately, for the night, we're not able to close it out and had to go to sleep that night. A little frustrated. But right now, Assault Neutral Bomb on Aquarius. Love to see this game mode on this map. It just feels fresh. Feels new, and at this stage in the Halo Infinite lifespan, I think it's what we need. And this game mode is usually just a low scoring one. You rarely see any team get all 3 plants, but I could be wrong. Beetle taking us into this game 3. What are you wanting to see?
I think what I want to see right away is a listen-in for the night and see how they're planning to open up this match.
Leg is still one.
Bring it our front. Bring it our front base. Nice, good shot.
P2, looking for me. I need help.
P1.
Yeah, they see me. Car 3 and P2.
R3, P2, weak.
Boo you.
R3. Give me like a
P2,
second.
one shot.
No, he just got
Dead.
shots.
I killed.
2 dead, 3 dead, 3 dead.
Yep, I'm pushing
They're their
it.
front base.
One jumping out their top window right now.
Blue you, one
Still
shot.
sitting up there in that window.
Still,
He's still one shot.
Their fridge, their fridge.
You want our car going? Car one.
I hear car 1, I'm looking.
Zuzi. I got him.
He's weak, he's weak.
They're Gen. 2 dead.
One in their gen dead. There's another one here. He's low. Top mid.
You
Coming
open
car
this?
3 now. Car 3 now.
Just look at me. Someone go Peter. Watch the Peter. Peter jump. Nice, kill P.
One shot
We can
on the
peek.
fridge. One on the fridge.
Let's go P. One shot fridge.
Really weak P.
One shot street. Dead. 2 dead. Nice, good shot. They're gonna be Gen, okay?
There's
Top
like-
window,
there's
top
like-
window now.
he dropped
Jump on
court.
it.
Window in the
Their,
court.
their courtyard is really
One
weak.
shot
Their
court.
courtyard
He
is
went to
really
court. He was one shot bottom mid somewhere.
weak. P1, 2 of them.
Bottom mid.
P1 Apso.
wait,
P1
wait.
Apso.
3
on my
P
thing.
side. 3 P side.
P1 is absolute. P1 is absolute. Going nice.
Another one. P1 dead.
Yeah,
High
Zuzi's
hole.
one
Yellow
shot.
high hole.
Got
High
one.
hole.
I hear your
Yeah.
high hole.
He's car 2.
Camo.
Yeah,
Get the camo.
I'm
We
one,
need
I'm
camo.
one.
I'm getting it. Car 3. I'm dead.
Yellow use
There's a
weak.
guy P2. Camo's down P2, guys.
They have
Weak
camo. They
car,
have camo.
car util. Where's ball? Where's bomb?
We just need to live in our flag. They have it. Just live in our flag. Live in our flag. Live in
Bomb.
our
Okay,
flag.
bomb is
Bottom.
P
It's
side,
bottom
or-
court. He's one shot mushrooms with the ball.
One shot our Gen. We need to come back to our flag off spawn. In our flag with camo. Our flag with camo. 2 different. One's our flag. He's our top flag with camo pushing bridge.
Yeah, I hit him once.
Can you push him out?
Yeah, he's there. Car 1. He's
Just go
weak.
back to flag, Dilly. Just go back to flag.
One shot. Car 1.
Just live here.
Camo's out.
You guys need to go up P, okay? Go up P. Off your spawn.
Me too.
Keep living.
Or
Our
top
one shot.
top flag weak.
Yeah, I'll kill him.
Dead.
Nice. Good shot.
Car
Good
three,
hit.
I
Ball
think.
reset. That's good. No, he's our front base. Our front base.
Our table. Our P table.
Watch on the table. One shot our table and one's our card jump. There's 2 our table.
Table's
And then
one.
2 spawners.
They're both one shot car 1.
P2 as well, P2 as
Blue
well.
high hole.
Top mid. And our back base.
On our
and
base,
back
on our base.
I didn't know there was on our back base. That's my bad.
One shot, top flag.
Our back base
Oh
still.
my gosh, live in our flag. Just live in our flag. Do not.
I got one.
Don't fight them, Jen. Just live in our flag.
He's one shot dead.
What?
Nice. He's back left. He's
There's one
back
shot
left.
of shrooms, one shot of shrooms. Nice.
Throw it out.
3 dead, 3 dead, 3 dead. That's last one.
He's telling me to car 3. Car 3. Car 3. He's weak. Car 3. Weak. Car 3. He dropped car
Yeah.
1. One shot. Car 1. Dead.
I'm looking.
They're brick.
Dead.
They're brick. Last car. Or going car 1. You did one. They're car 1.
Car 1. You went you.
And then we're missing somebody. Could be out B.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Car 2. Car 1. One shot. Dead.
We're missing a guy.
They're
He's
P-door,
he's
they're
P
P-door.
jump, P jump, P jump.
Oh
Yellow
my
use.
god, I'm fucking dead, bro. Camo, guys. You need to just look at
Blue
it.
table, one shot.
Our
They're
table
gonna
is
get
one.
it.
Three.
They're gonna get it.
Car 3's 1.
One shot P2 going our P steps. Our
Car
P
1
steps.
on ball.
One going into our shrooms. He's one shot.
He's
Top P2 with camo.
Blue shrooms.
Just live in our flag. Just live in our flag. Come back to our flag off spawn.
Three shots
Like
into
this
our.
week?
One shot of
flag,
shrooms.
4 shots in-
One shot of shrooms. 2 dead. 1 of shrooms. 1 shot in top mid. Our shrooms in top mid. Last 2.
Top mid's weak.
Nice. Last guy was our shroom. He's our flag. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Spawners just spawned. They're gonna be in their flag.
We're looking for our flag guy. He has
on,
camo
okay.
in our back base. Camo in our back
Car
base.
3 now, car 3 now.
He has camo around you, homie. I
They're
don't know
brick. They're brick.
exactly
They're
where.
brick. They're brick.
Our court's weak.
Our table. Our table.
He's dead.
Nice.
shot,
2 dead. 2
bottom
dead.
mid,
2 dead.
There's a kid still in our
2 dead.
side.
1 our gen. He's bottom mid. Bottom
On
mid.
heat wave.
One shot bomb.
Alrighty, we're back from that listening, and I feel like For the Night was sounding pretty good. You know, they had a lot of decent comms, as well as that small talk communication to make sure they were telling each other what they were doing and what comms that they were trying to respond to. Got him a bomb arm and everything. How did you feel about it, Queso?
Yeah, I think your points are incredibly valid. The one thing that comes to mind, as we see Itzen's get a pick onto the enemy at car 1, turns around, then eventually gets taken out, trades on trades on trades. But I hear some anxiety For the Night in their comms, right? It's just, you know, you're going against a formidable foe. The stakes are on the line. You know, bragging rights in this ascending baseline league. You want to be able to say, hey, mama, I'm a finalist in ascending baseline. But I think right there, that anxiety is helping them, you know, instead of going against their momentum. I think sometimes you get a little over anxious and you overheat, but right now that anxiety is just giving them that extra 10%. As we see that bomb in the yellow util, Dissector tries to get it out, gets the shots onto Hative, but immediately trades with the person coming in to get the cleanup. And right there, this is an opportunity for both teams. Whoever wins this engagement, and just like that, Izuzi gets away with their life. Shields are blinking, and now this might be a tough situation, as For the Night went down 3 members for only a split second. They're hitting up that respawn, but Izuzi's gonna be a tough challenge to overcome as they just slam Hative onto that death screen. But once again, trades.
Yeah, definitely a back and forth game. Looks like Bump tried to get the bomb to the middle of the map. He's going to go down. So Homie gets the melee, but Apples is there for the trade out. Ninja going to get away with that heat wave. Maybe we're going to be able to open up the map a bit with this. Gets 1 shot too, but Dissector's going to end up winning that. Apples gets another kill, and Hative's down to 1 shot. So I think we could see a bit of a push coming in from Red Bull Hangover. Looks like Hative was trying to flank around, feeling like with that low HP, maybe if he can get a different angle, might be able to get some free damage. Doesn't end up going down though, and now we have Dissector moving the bomb in, all dead on For the Night, but the back base spawn is going to shut down that bomb arm for now, and Bump's the only one in the base, so I think For the Night are going to be able to clear it.
Yeah, Apples at top mid, just anchoring their life, trying to just get pop shots into the enemy, be a pest and a thorn into the side of For the Night. The active camo will be spawning up soon, so it will be a crucial power item to come up at this time when For the Night, the team in blue, are leading by 1. About 4.5 minutes left here. Apples continues to get shots into the enemy in their base, just anchoring the map, trying to not give For the Night any space to breathe once they come back from the death screen, just allowing everybody else to fill in the gaps and just do the Lord's work with their plays. Ooh, eventually Apples drops right as that camo comes up. Bump and Scatter will be able to secure it for their team. So I think Apples going to be happy with that death, even if they weren't able to get the active camo themselves. And just like that, Bump and Scatter holding that bomb and trying to get it detonate. Crossing bottom mid, decides not to pick up that heat wave that I think spawned up, gets caught out by a nade, and then eventually we switch to the perspective of Uzi because Bump just died. Caster curse, double time right there as both players we were observing just went to that death screen. And that just is a testament to how sweaty this lobby is. And I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but land, everybody. These players are preparing to go fry. Zuzi and Hative are trying to bring glory to ascending baseline, and I think this is a perfect warm-up and a great scrim for them, for lack of better words.
Yeah, For the Night doing a pretty good job clearing their base, but I feel like they need to be a little careful here. Red Bull Hangover has just been putting on the pressure. They've gotten the bomb up the stairs a couple of times. Homie is going to try to run that bomb out, and it looks like Hative gets one. Got a lot of damage onto another player. Homie's going to get the flank, take out one. Bump does not know that Homie is in the back. Going to take some damage, getting chased down, and with a couple players going down, they might be able to move this bomb a little more. Dissector comes out bottom middle, is going to get one kill, but is traded out. Homie goes down to Zuzi, and the bomb still having some trouble moving across. Zuzi's going to try to get it out a little bit farther, and I like this, putting it kind of in a mid position where they might be able to get some damage, but not exposing too far, as Ninja was definitely ready for it. With Hative picking up a kill, maybe they can do something, but Since goes down as well, and I feel like these teams are just trading out pretty consistently right now, and no one has found that footing that they need to really get a solid push going.
Yeah, classic bomb and Aquarius. Hey, at least we're not on Fortress. Am I right, chat? Okay, the crickets, I can hear them from a mile away. Right now, we're in the perspective of Zuzi. Does the jump up onto car 3, takes on 2 enemies in blue, finds one with the perfect onto Hative. That's just a battle I love seeing. They both have to be, you know, on top of their game to take out one another. I think Zuzi's just had Hative's number this game, but, you know, Hative just being a great IGL for their squad. I'm excited to see them compete together at LAN. Homie with that active camo and heat wave finds the elbow into the enemy and eventually gets taken out. And I think that just sums up the last like 20 seconds or so. It sums up exactly the story of this map right now, right? You have those power items come up, you have that bomb being moved, but just everybody's just on top of their team trades. Maybe you don't get the kill when you drop, but you're at least calming out and saying, hey teammate, this is where they're at, and still being a thorn into the side of the enemy. 3v3 right now as Hative picks off gets picked off, excuse me, at that yellow Util. I thought they were gonna get the slave, but they did not. It Since takes out Zuzi off screen. Apples responds onto the slay to Homie. Right now we're on the perspective of Dissector, who's just trying to play their life in the yellow Util, getting shots onto Hative, who just respawned up and immediately gets swarmed by 2 enemies in red, gets picked off, and just like that, I would love to see if Ninja Dilly gets away with their life. And Bump and Scatter ninja'd a player. Fortunately, I didn't get to see that because of some lag. But what are you thinking, Beetle, after those plays?
I mean, I think it's looking kind of tough for Red Bull Hangover. They don't have a lot of time to work with, and they are still down one arm. It feels like For the Night are just making sure they always move the bomb across the map to just buy as much time as they can. Bump the last player up, tries to come back and find Ninja up top mid, gets the kill, but again, the bomb is still in the back of their base with Hative, and Hative is definitely the player you want back here, as he's able to do a decent amount of damage, does get teamed up on, but 20 seconds across the map. They have 3 players watching that car side. It's going to be very, very difficult for Red Bull Hangover to get the bomb all the way across. 10 seconds. They're trying to get it there. The teamwork comes in as they're able to take out one more player. They've only got 4 seconds to get this started. The ball gets thrown in. The arm is started, and that will shut down the timer momentarily. Gets the punch kill, and there's no way he's going to get there, but no, the time runs out as he goes down. And just with a sliver left on the arm, it looks like For the Night are going to take game number 3.
Yeah, I would have asked for Zuli's autograph to be mailed to me after that one. I'm joking. That was a meme. But unironically, that would have been an insane play to see out of that player. Just leading their lobby right there with just a massive, absurd amount of damage being output. I know I'm kind of nerding out, glazing the homie, but, you know, after a 34 kill performance, you got to do it. 19.8, 19.0 KDA. It's just, again, I think I sound like a broken record, but Beetle, I keep saying we see for the night being able to play as a collective unit and take care of one another, while Red Bull Hangover, their Achilles heel is just not knowing how to respond to the damage being output by Zuzi. Maybe Zuzi's playing a little too fast, but I don't want to criticize them because at the end of the day, it's still a super competitive match. It's still only a 1-0 victory on Aquarius neutral Braum. Right now we're loading into King of the Hill for a game 4. Is there anything else that comes to mind right now as we're pretty much deep into the weeds with this series? We just played 3 games loading into game 4. It's the best of 7. What comes to mind?
I mean, the damage output that they've got on the side of Red Bull Hangover is crazy because, Zuzi having those 34 kills is huge, but Dissector, 27 kills with 19 assists. And then, I cannot remember who it was, but they had another player with 16 assists as well. So they're just getting damage across the map. If they can clean up that efficiency just a little bit, I think they'll be in a great spot. King of the Hill, I feel like, is a decent game type for the way they're playing because they are, again, doing so much damage on the map. And if they can just keep getting players down, for the night won't be able to actually lock down that hill. It looks like the push is coming through. Hative going to be able to take out Zuzi to get that camo. This could be the kind of start that they were looking for. And they've had pretty good starts on For the Night so far. We'll have to see what Hative does, opting to get in the hill, gets that grapple. Looks like was thinking about trying to get the shock. A teammate drops it for him. Going to get the punch. Hits the late jump to Chow Dissector. A little risky, but it is going to work out. And so far, Hative is popping off this game as he hits that shock headshot.
Yeah. All right, sometimes casters that I'm commentating with will see something pop off and immediately hit the I had to hold that one in right there. Hative gets the shots onto the enemy, gets the assist, tries to be a little aggressive here. Maybe if that shock rifle wasn't buffed, they would have gotten that, but somehow, some way, they get away with their life. Zuzi is the last one up for their team, but is immediately seen by Hative with that power weapon. Dissector comes up at back A. That's not going to be great, and this first hill should go into favor for the night.
Yeah, I mean, those just incredible plays coming out of the side of For the Night. I cannot believe how much we were glazing, or at least I was glazing Red Bull Hangover for their killing potential in the beginning of this match. They have 4 kills right now, so really not coming in swinging this time. Second hill is starting to get controlled by For the Night as Hative's in the back with the green gun. Gonna find a player. Doesn't get the melee kill. I think he needed one more green gun shot to finish that up, but does get the kill in the end to go down. Zuzi, the Dissector in a fight, going to go down as well. It looks like Zuzi, the last player up. I don't think he's going to really be able to do anything as he has to wait for his teammates to spawn up.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta glaze, you gotta summon your inner Krispy Kreme right there. Hative doing the Lord's work, and I'm gonna glaze them for a second. Man, we've been saying glaze too much. Okay, I'm gonna stop using that word, but right there, just doing a great job being that IGL and just being an overall great player for the team to play around. They had the green gun in their hands right there. Hative does get picked off, but probably has communicated to their team what they want to do right after they drop to that death screen, saying, hey, we at least need to get our spawns. We're gonna see the collapse here from the team in red to the point. That's just their squad saying go, 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 go. And Beetle, I believe we were listening to For the Night, so maybe it's time to go listen to Red Bull Hangover to see how they respond. Do you agree?
Couldn't agree with you more. Let's see what they got in store for us as they're making progress on this second hill.
3 dead. I spawn C plat.
I'm watching gold.
Bottom mid,
Yeah,
bottom mid,
one bottom
mid.
mid. He's stacked.
Flying
He's
in on me.
running.
I need help.
I'll get him.
He's a bullet, he's a bullet.
One more on stacks.
Stacks heal me. See where he goes. C plat.
He's dead.
Bottom mid, triple stack. Hell, 2 there.
Oh, that's theirs. Alright, live in A. Apples, go live in A.
Live it, go away.
They're already long, looking at me. I'm getting shot.
Sorry, just live in
I
it.
spawned day.
B-box,
Or my
B-box.
trippy. B-box dead.
Big door.
Cross that.
Big door's gonna
Get
die.
down.
I'll take it.
Last guy is in B.
Batteries.
I hear that.
He went bottom mid.
Yeah, he's on triple, single stack,
You
single
guys,
stack.
you guys are on C plat.
Nice
Got him
kill,
one
bro.
more C plat.
I got time.
Little
Go gold bump. I got time, bro.
One on
One
bottom
long.
right, one shot anywhere. Overhang now. And they're coming glass.
still won't
glass
charge
out.
you.
Oh, in A.
Yeah. 2v3.
Okay, still bottom.
He's still in white. Still in white. I'm dead here. He's one shot overhang.
Top A, one shot. Top A. I got gold.
Yeah, I'm in gold with you, bro.
Top white.
Pipe's got me one shot.
My
Nice,
bullets
nice.
aren't registering. He's weakened in hill.
Hill's
Two
above
shots
One
hill.
top
hill.
white, wait.
I'm trying. I'm
One
trying.
top white, one shot. Kill that top white guy. I got naded out.
Needles.
I have camo.
One shot in
One
hill
shot in
again.
hill.
Top white.
One shot in needles.
I spawned A. One
Nice,
mangler.
It's one C. They're gonna be gold.
One shot in my A.
Hill's 2-shot in front B. Hate
I'm dead to A.
Front B 1-shot. Hate R1.
He's still one shot.
He's still 1-shot.
One bottom white on you,
I can't
apples.
chill. I can't chill. I can't
Just
chill.
fight white.
Ah, I couldn't even get a melee.
Just live.
Dude, I feel like these guys are
can't-
cheating.
two guys
for
there.
real.
I'm holding C.
I
2
just
needles.
want
2
to-
needles.
I'm gonna try to help push white out.
I'm hitting glass. Give me a sec.
Killing Mang. One more bottom white.
Ninja Dilly is there.
Other one jumping
Needles.
down on me.
Bottom white killed me. He has a bullet going your C. Nice try.
How did that grenade get me?
In long. Come on,
C
die.
plat as well. Nice kill, guy.
C-plant gold sears. 1-shot, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill Ghost Stairs then.
I'm dead. He's white. Bottom white right now. Hate of.
Ghost Stairs gonna die.
Green shot this shit. I help you wait.
One shot bottom white. Dead. Two dead.
1-shot bottom white.
Three dead.
Ninja.
Apples go. Apples go.
What?
Just live long. You can't die.
Yo, one in Hydro.
And cross you, apples. He's chasing. One
Another
bottom
one.
mid. Hate him. C-stairs. Killed the 1-shot. C-stairs.
turbine,
Hate
your
him.
turbine.
Needles. I think 2 bottom mid, 1 needles. No, triple stacks and needles. Last guy needles, I think. Yeah,
I'm dead
BBB.
to.
Alrighty, we're back from that listening, and felt like there was a little bit of frustration in some of those comms, and even a bit of a accusation coming out. Queso, what did you think about what we were listening to?
Yeah, first of all, I think it's just for the night being super efficient. That word that we keep using, that's not glazing. Efficiency. And right now, for the night have it. They are just holding forward and fearless. Right after they capture a point, they just immediately know where to push. And on recharge, we've been playing this map and game mode since day one Halo Infinite. Everybody knows it like their back of the hand. Red Bull Hangover trying to make something work as those shock rifle as that shock rifle connects for Zuzi, excuse me, to our viewers right there. That killing spree is super clutch. That might be enough to at least secure that 1 point here. But right there, once again, we just see For the Night being able to respond very well. I think this is the first time that Red Bull Hangover are, you know, allowed to have a little bit of breathing room on this map. Zuzi, the last one up, and even though For the Night dropped that last point, they're still right on C-Plat, controlling the spawns and just knowing where they want to play. They're getting the pings out into Whirlpool saying, hey, they're going to come through Control or Whirlpool. Let's see. If you want to elaborate more on the accusation, I don't know if we should do it because we're just the casters yapping, but I would love to hear your thoughts on what you're seeing right now, because it is a war right now, even if the score is 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, I really like what Red Bull Hangover did to push through top gold. Like, they weren't too concerned. Like you'll see a lot of times when a team has control of C plat, the other team will just flood out of A. But they were able to get around. It did pretty well for a little bit, but now they're taking out. It looks like C is going to go back into the control of For the Night as they're getting a little bit more hill time. Zuzi in the back line could cause a problem. Since is immediately going to clean it up. Hative is on the case too. They definitely do not want him to be back there. But with the shroud screen, he is making sure that he stalls for as long as he can. Dissector's shown up, and I think Apple was there as well, as Apple was able to pick up 1 kill. Dissector's staying alive. Apple's going to go down. And neither team able to get too much hill time, but it looks like Camo was picked up as Bump and Scatter is the one that got it. Does decent damage. Dissector still staying alive. Maybe has that C control, and Red Bull Hangover did a great job of kind of scrapping together control of C. It didn't feel like they were going to take it, but they eventually were able to lock it down and keep it going.
Yeah, And they're holding on to A spawns, which is super interesting. For them to capture this bottom midpoint after just anchoring A is super impressive and a testament to their resiliency. They're just fighting, fighting, fighting as we see Pumpkin's got to get a disgusting reversal onto Hative. Love to see that. And I do want to mention real quick, I once again, I'm super excited to see Hative and Susie, play together at LAN. I feel like Hative's skill, and I could be wrong here, maybe glazing them a little too much, but I think their skill is in communicating to the rest of their team what needs to get done, being that main slayer and making sure that damage gets cleaned up, while Zuzi is just being that renegade, if you will, not the player, but just their ability just to be a maverick on the map and just do it all. And I'm excited to see that combination. Hopefully y'all don't bump into Ether Gaming, because I don't know who I'm going to be rooting for at that point. But right now it's 3-2 with about 2 minutes left here. Ninja Dilly grabs that shock rifle, and what are you saying, Beal?
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to do a lot of work with this shock rifle, just kind of make sure that they can keep control, because they had a big lead, but it's been getting shaved down slowly by Red Bull Hangovers. They took the last 2 hills. Ninja in a bit of trouble here, is able to get out for now. Hopefully we'll have a teammate be able to come and help him soon. Looks like it probably did, as Red Bull Hangover wasn't able to chase through. They're still getting hill time, and so Ninja's just like 1 or 2 shocks away, I think, from locking down this game. We'll see, but Zuzi already got through. Bump is going to go down. I'm not sure what's going on with Zuzi in the hill right now. Looks like Zuzi opted to go all the way over the top. Hative still controls the hill. The fight's happening. Since is going to pick up 1, and things look like they're falling apart a bit for Red Bull Hangover. Zuzi gets another kill, but they're running out of time here. They really need to get this locked down, which means they're going to need to take out Since, but Ninja going to find 1. Since is able to take down Zuzi, and For the Night are looking real strong at the final moments of this game.
Yeah, no, the keyword I've been using, with my friends whenever we're debriefing about a ranked push or whatever we play, is just delicacy, or delicate. It's just seeing the how fragile these games are, specifically at a high level. It feels like both squads are walking on that tightrope. It feels like For the Night fell off that tightrope, 3/4 into that map, but were able to quickly get back on it, while Zuzi and company were able to stay on that tightrope long enough. I'm a little surprised seeing For the Night go up 3-2 in this series. Best of 7, chat, best of 7. So it's still not over, but right there, it is a comfortable position and a decent lead for the fact 3-1, excuse me, 3-1 in favor For the Night right there. It is a comfortable lead for the squad in blue. Beetle, before we load in, I want to give you space to talk about what you see on that scoreboard.
I mean, this is one of the first times that we really saw a dominant slaying game come out of For the Night right now. They really came alive there, putting not only their objective efficiency on display, but showing that they can get the kills if they wanted to. And I think if they can keep that up, they might be able to take this game forward. It is going to be Slayer, and the last Slayer, it just did not feel like Red Bull Hangover was giving them too much room to breathe. So now that they maybe got a little more confidence in those gunfights, we'll see if they can turn the tables here. Because I think, if I remember right from last week, those Slayers were going towards Red Bull Hangover as well.
Yeah. No, definitely. This game mode does play into the favor of, caffeine hangover. Sorry, I got to make sure I'm kidding. But Red Bull Hangover should have good momentum. And even if they did drop the last 2 maps, they should still feel confident saying, this is our map and game mode. Let's see if they can live up to those expectations, or will For the Night take it, because they are on match point. They need 1 more win to get their 4 in this best of 7. Zuzi immediately goes for those stickies. That's the player to watch this map. Gets the disgusting nade onto Homie, but Homie gets the trade at least. The kill assist coming through for Zuzi, if I'm not mistaken, even when they hit that death screen. Dissector just dancing like a ballerina, but eventually gets taken out at pillars, and now 2 members of Red are just holding on to tires, trying to make something happen. 4 and 3 is the score with 30 seconds being played here.
Yeah, I mean, things have been pretty scrappy so far. The fight for B control is still somewhat ongoing. It looks like Since is eventually going to be the one up there trying to find the player that was in the shroud, unable to get there at the moment. And it looks like that player did drop back down. It was Apple who eventually goes down. But Zuzi with that camo going to do good damage. Since going to stay alive. And I think another player dropped down. See if Zuzi can stay alive. Looks like Zuzi has been able to stay alive for now, but eventually does get traded out by Ninja. So a good job sniffing at that camo. You know, only had to sacrifice Since for it, but sometimes that's what you got to do to make sure that you get rid of those power-ups.
Yeah. Two trades back to back, a double kill badge. I wasn't sure to see who. I wasn't sure on who got that slay. Ninja Dilly just anchoring back A now, getting shots onto Apples. That late jump wasn't, you know, to their advantage right there as they backed off on the tires, but then we switch perspectives and immediately get engagements at back A. It feels like For the Night are now feeling, you know, confident. They're playing with some swagger. They're flying right there and not afraid to lose. Maybe Zuzi and company, Red Bull Hangover, are just hurdling a little bit and just, you know, a little timid, not wanting to drop this series, realizing that with every single death they give the opponent, the active camo coming up, you know, For the Night just inching closer to victory in this best of 7.
That was a huge win by Apple right there. Hative definitely had the damage to get the melee trade, but Apple was able to get there first. Going to be able to get some damage down on the homie. Now has that camo, pings out Hative, and had a teammate close by. Looks like Zuzi was there. I would have liked to see Apple do a little bit of damage to Hative before backing up to help out Zuzi, but is now in position to maybe clean up these kills, trying to find one player. It's going to maybe find Since. No, misses the melee at first. Gets there in the end. Since was not quite prepared. Trying to do a little more damage to Hative, who has been able to stay alive, but is going to get caught out, trying to escape, but no, Ninja's going to take him out. And while they are maintaining that lead, I feel like that camo maybe could have gone to a little bit more use. Unfortunately, the players in C were just being a little too elusive, but this lead is starting to open up again. Okay, so what do you think about a listening, and who do you want to do it with?
I think we just got to do it For the Night. They're up 5, which is the biggest lead in this Slayer so far. Hative grabbing their shields. I would love to see what they're thinking.
One
They're
shot.
all A side, all A
They're all
side.
weak.
Another one in PD after, another one in PD after.
Weak.
Kill PD,
Here,
just slide in
PD.
PD, Since. Just slide in it. There's 2 dead.
Uh,
Oh, good try, good try, good try. You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good.
Dissector's in there, Dissector's in there.
Hey, there's
Spawn
two
cafe.
in there.
Zuzi's there in caution.
Just live on me, just live
He's
on me.
weak.
Just live, just live.
He went tire gen, he went tire gen.
Can you just watch me?
Tires now, tires now, tires now.
Tires. Tires in
What's
heaven.
tires?
Tires and heaven. Tires
Heaven.
and
I'm sliding in
Heaven
PD,
has
I'm
2
sliding in
shots.
PD. I can kill Heaven.
Heaven knows you're there.
Agent
Heaven knows you're
damage.
there.
2 in PD, 2 in PD. They're going out B. One's 1 shot. There's 2 there, there's 2 there. Back up, Since. You have help, you have help. There's 2 BD east side. I spawned driveway.
There's 3.
3.
There's 3. One
Can't
tires
help, I cannot
area.
help. There's 3 B. Hey, I'm coming back.
Top rail, top rail.
Be
Music.
real, be real.
Just camo, camo, camo.
B-rail 1. He's dead.
Be real is one.
Nice. I'm going up
front
B.
A.
Camo, guys.
Bump and scatter's weak. 2 front A, top A.
There's one gonna be behind you, Since. Behind you.
Bring it to me,
Top
bring
A
it
as
to me.
well.
Yeah, I brought it as far as I could.
I have camo, just
One
watch
at
me.
ATM, one at
ATM,
ATM.
ATM, one.
Dead.
2 dead, 1 cafe.
Cafe, cafe, cafe.
I think he's tired.
You just come, get to me, get to me, get to me.
ATM's weak.
One shot, bottom middle going ATM.
One shot trash as well.
On hollows.
Where are
Or
they?
tires.
1 shot tires. You went plants?
Tires.
Caution.
Weak hollow.
Hollow's
Oh,
one.
one shot. Back PD,
Caution
back
as well,
PD.
caution
Live,
as well.
back A, live,
Live up,
back up,
live
back up.
up.
One shot ATM.
2 dead, live,
Nice.
they're A, live.
I'm watching you, I'm watching you.
Alright, I'm going out B, I'm going B. Someone come with me.
One flying out your
I'm with you, B.
CC.
I'm with you, B. I'm with you, B.
In the shroud, weak.
In the shroud, one shot.
ATM, ATM, ATM.
Watch out, arcade.
This.
Tires, laundry and pink. Laundry and pink. Laundry.
Dead.
I got him. 2C, last 2C, last 2C. You're gonna be C.
I'm nading driveway. I'm nading driveway for you.
Just spawn them all there. They're all spawn them all there. Alright, all up, all up.
There's 2 driveway in the little fucking in that little.
One shot trash, one shot trash.
3 driveway. 1 commando.
Your
3,
last
2
update, your last
driveway.
up.
Your last one, Hative. I spawned PD. B.
Alrighty, we're back from that listening, and I feel like they're sounding pretty good. Definitely a lot of good small talk coming in to try and make sure that they're keeping track of what people are doing. And when players are next to each other, they're telling the other player what they want them to do to just kind of eliminate as much confusion as possible. 3 kills left to go. Queso, how do you feel about this game and that listening?
Yeah, let's just address the elephant in the room. That jump up we saw from Hate of getting the repulse onto that ledge. That was absolutely disgusting, funky, and weird. But it works, it works, it works. Even though Hate of just hit the death screen, they just need one more slay to take the victory here. What are you seeing as Dissector challenges its sense and gets stuck? Well, I think it's too late to ask you what you're seeing. What are you thinking? Wrap up this series, what are your thoughts on what led for the night to having a 4-1 victory in this best of 7?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to what you were talking about earlier, that efficiency. I felt like objective-wise, they were really solid the whole series. And as the series kept going, they started warming up more and more until they were able to also be a dominant slaying force on the map. So just, playing well together, and also those comms. Like, we heard it in the comms. They're micromanaging each other in like a very productive way, making sure that people know what they're all doing. So that is going to put the win towards for the night, and that means that they've just locked in their spot for the finals, which will be coming up shortly. Any final thoughts on the game there, Queso, before we go to a quick break?
No, like I said, everybody has got to keep their eyes forward and dialed in for LAN. Arlington coming up in what, like 5 days, 6 days, 5 days? I've lost track, but super excited to see what happens. Zuzi and Hative are going to be an explosive team. Oh my days. Going into that open bracket, I'm already geeking out a little bit. Excited to be watching from the LVT stream. Don't worry, I'll be blowing up ascending baseline emotes in that chat once y'all are playing, because I'll be rooting for y'all and excited to see what happens. GG's to Red Bull Hangover. That definitely is going to leave a sour taste in their mouth, but you can't win them all, and you just got to keep your head high and learn for next season. Let's take a quick break while we wait for the next series. If I'm not mistaken, Beetle, this is your swamp, so please take us out if we need a break.
Alrighty, well, yeah, we're going to a break. We'll find out the winner between Streetlight Vibe and Dark Lives Matter to go up against For the Night, so don't go anywhere. Be right back.
changes.
Life. Life.
I was fine when you held my hand. I was fine when you pulled me down. You said the stars would answer. You said our prayers were written down. I was fine when you pulled me in. We were forced to be human, and then the world came after, and I had never questioned it. And they said it was wrong. Started it all.
Oh, welcome back to the Ascending Baseline finals for our Pandemonium games. We got a weird one coming up. Maybe not what you'd expect. There was an upset in both sides of the bracket. Our 4th and 3rd seed teams are going to play. And that's going to be Dark Lives Matters playing against For the Night, who we did just see on stream. We're going into Catalyst right away. Queso, how do you feel about Catalyst?
Well, I remember going to Worlds in year 1 of Infinite and seeing, Cloud9, which was Bound, Stellar, Eco, and Penguin, playing against Optic, which was Formal, Lucid, Trippy, and APG. So it does, give me some Infinite nostalgia. But right now, we're on the perspective of Grizz. I think this is the first time I ever casted this map, so the things that happen in Ascending Baseline stay in Ascending Baseline. So right now, I believe Dark Matter got the first pick onto the enemy with a sniper rifle. Rockets in the hands of Grizz. They're fired, and they connect to Hative. Beetle, what are you looking for throughout this entire series?
Yeah, I mean, getting rockets really quickly was nice. I felt like Riz maybe took a bit of a risky pathway through the base, only able to pick up 1. And with 4 quickly going down, it kind of feels like For the Night is maybe in a decent spot. But as I said, that Delta gets a good flank, able to take out Sense. And neither team really having too much success getting across the map. It looks like Delta is thinking about getting a flank. The last players up on each side are trying to get those pulls. Hative has his and is probably going to be running into... No way. I think he actually was trying to do the grapple toss across the map. I'm not sure if he ended up making it, but Delta is going to be moving across, has some backup from the teammate. Grizz going to win a pretty big fight, and Hative's now the last person up, and it does look like he made that grapple play work. So, pretty huge play coming out of him to stall it out. Goes into the sky. If he takes out Dark Matter, it's crazy. Hative trying to do it all, but he's not going to make it as the first cap goes in for Dark Lives Matter.
Yeah, I don't think I've casted over DLM for this season, so I am, a little unfamiliar with their game, with their prowess. I know Dark Matter is excited to compete at LAN next week. Looks like Ninja Dilly will be able to run this flag in for a cap unless they're taken out by a headshot. Nope, things slowed down. They analyze what's happening. Dark Matter is there to be a thorn, but will it be enough? It looks like Ninja gets taken up, and it's just back and forth in chaos in that base. It looks like it's going to be another flag cap, but this time in favor for the team in blue. Whoa, what a disgusting shot.
Oh man, yeah, Hative almost making the late jump work there too. It looks like Dark Matter thought he was going to jump all the way across, but he doesn't. Dark Matter trying to stay up for now as he's under a bit of pressure. Ninja and Sense have already made it across. And it looks like Sense going to get into a fight. Dark Matter cleans up that one. Going to find Ninja reloading. Picks up the double kill. And now they've got that base cleared out. I think they should be able to move out. But no, it looks like Homie has made her way into the base as well. Dark Matter's trying to do what he can. Is going to take out Homie. And now it looks like they've probably got it cleared out. As Hative trying to take some space up top middle, but Dark Matter's trying to move over. He had a teammate over here. Delta went down, and he is going to play this corner, maybe trying to see if he can get a sneaky kill on one of the players over here, but it doesn't look like either one of them opted to come through, so he pushes out to take down Sense.
Yeah, Sense does get taken out right there. Matter trying to do everything that they can to will their team to victory here. It looks like Grizz gets a pick onto Ninja off screen. Homie gets one onto Grizz. Those snipers are up. Man, that sniper being in the back of their spawn is kind of funky. Man, it takes me back to day 1 Infinite. But Dark Matter with that killing spree tries to move that blue flag, but then gets thwarted. Looks like Ninja will have that power item in their hands. Connects for a disgusting shot onto Psychon. And just, wow, fireworks are ready to go. This is going to be a great Pandemonium best of 7.
Yeah, I think it's kind of been heating up. The beginning of the match was pretty quick. It slowed down a bit. The damage is coming in. A huge no-scope from Ninja is going to take down one. Looks like that flag is still moving. Ninja able to stay alive is so big because, again, he does have that sniper rifle. He's going to try to get the return as one of his teammates starts moving that other flag. So if he can get a couple picks on these players trying to OE, going to see Dark Matter doesn't connect with the first shot, hits the body on the second one, and this might have bought enough time, but no, the flag seems to have been stalled out for now. They are still sort of winning these trade battles as Ninja keeps repositioning to try to find the best angle for this sniper. It looks like Homie is going to be able to grab that flag as Ninja picks up the OS. Not quite able to pop it in time since it's right below the player that was shooting at him. Looks like Hayden is going to go in as well as Scion is trying to get the damage jumps. But during this For the Night, we're able to score thanks to the distraction of the overshield.
Yeah, and I think with that, I think we should go to a listen in just to start us off, see what For the Night are thinking after they force 4 down onto the enemy.
One shot on that top over here.
I'm weak.
Behind you guys. I died. Under you guys. Under you guys. Under you guys.
He's dead.
Nice. 2 dead. One was rocket side. I had sniper. Hopper. Nice. 2 dead. 1 is on our flag. They're both our flag. Both are our flag. Nice. There was another one. There was another one. Gold side.
Are you on the touch?
Get it. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Melt this guy bottom left. Melt this guy bottom left. 1 shot. Nice.
He's dead.
You already?
Last one's coming up. Coming up.
Alright.
Top mid.
Got
Here,
it.
put it in.
Get the arm. Get the arm. Or the flag.
Absolute top mid. He fell. He fell. He fell. Oh,
Nice.
that's game
Shit.
already. Jesus.
Were you trying?
All right, a quick listen in as For the Night get a 3-0 victory right away in this first match. They're certainly not slowing down since their win in our last series. Anything stand out to you during, I guess, the listen in, but also the game, Queso?
Yeah, For the Night are just that team that are always on top of what needs to get done on the map. They cross their T's and dot their I's, for a lack of better words. It feels like if you are weak on the opposing team, you are going to get called out and taken out quickly. Right there. The efficiency has been our key word in this, cast. And just looking at the scoreboard real quick, you see Homie leading the way for her team right there. Love to see that with a 7.0 KDA. And yeah, they just know how to play and how to move. It doesn't matter what map or game mode, they're ready to respond and they're on their toes. I think the anxiety of last series has kind of allowed them to take a breath and just have confidence after the amazing performance that they had beating Red Bull Hangover 4-1, and now they're up 1-0. It looks like a rank 3 capture CTF interference. I'm not sure if that's going to work. We might need a reset, but while we figure out the lobby, Beetle, what are you thinking? What was the winning condition for the night, and can the opposing team DLM come back, and if so, how would they do that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they just have to make sure that they're on point with their teamwork, because they don't seem to like to try to take too many of the crazy fights as they move through the map that much. But you can see a big push coming through for 3 of them. Grizz tries to play that side angle, but it's not going to work out as Dark Matter is the last player up. So he's going to go down as well. I think they're still trying to figure out what's going on with the map. I'm not sure. It looks like For the Night thinks that it is on Slayer. And DLM did kind of know that it wasn't. Got a couple extra kills and maybe giving up some information, because we did see that For the Night did a strong push over on Catwalk side. So if they do another outside push, DLM might be ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. Really don't have too much to add. Just waiting to see things, going. All right. While we have a second, Beetle, who do you think is taking Arlington? Do you think it's going to be
the
an
event?
Yeah,
Bro,
who do you think's winning?
Me?
Like,
Shopify, are you what?
Okay, I'm a Green Wall fan. I have to bear through Optic Texas, so all my hope goes into
Optic is the only team I don't like.
Halo.
It doesn't matter who's on Optic, bro. Those fans are crazy.
Hey, I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
I'm devastated to hear that. Okay, so I thought what we had was special.
Oh man.
See,
good
I'm
band.
a Royal 2 and Frosty fan, so it's like that. I guess I'm Shopify right now because that's the team they're on.
See, this is a little wholesome, but when I went to Worlds for the first year of Halo Infinite, my friend was an Optic Gaming fan. He's been an Optic Gaming fan for a long time. He wasn't obnoxious about it. There would be some cool instances where we'd bump into a player and I'd be like, go say hi. He'd be like, bro, no. So I'm gonna let them chill. But the point is that I kind of rep Optic for him, and I think you'll appreciate this. In year 1, I'm a big Bound guy. I know, judge me all you want. I'm bricked for Bound, but I mentioned that I should mention that when Bound and Cloud9 hit the hit the reset. Unfortunately, they weren't able to close out the series, take the World Championship that year under Cloud9. But I stood up and I shushed the Optic fans, and that felt good. But now I'm a part of the problem, if you'd like. All right, locking back in, Beetle. What are you looking to see here? I know you mentioned the push, and last series you talked about that sniper. You want to just refresh us and say, we're loading back in. What would you like to see from both teams right off the rip?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see if For the Night's going to run the same strat of having a 3-person push on the outside with one player playing that window position. But I do think it does a lot come down to Sniper. Sniper can do so much damage on this map, considering, it's a Sniper and OS map, essentially. Like, Heat Wave is nice, but the Sniper does so much damage. And we see Hative trying to get over there, quickly taken out by Delta, but a huge nade from Delta, gonna get 2, almost 3. Scion's gonna pick up the 3rd, and it looks like they were ready for the opening this time as they take out almost all the players. They're looking for Homie, but Homie's on that bat ledge, staying alive for the moment, and maybe has been able to get out. Delta having to try to cross the map to get away. And now the tables have kind of turned. It looked like For the Night had a pretty bad open, but they've somehow stabilized on the west side. As I said, though, Dark Matter able to get the cancel and pick up the overshield quickly in this match.
Yeah, no, great points are being made. I think For the Night have just been struggling a little bit throughout the Slayers. Whenever we're tuned in, they usually don't really have a favorable matchup. Sycon with that sniper outputs some damage, and I believe got the assist if I'm not mistaken. Right there, I think that is going to be a headshot, and that's going to count. But right there, another reset. I wonder what's the issue.
Great
Beetle.
question.
Yeah. What are
I'm
you
just as curious as you. I'm looking in the Discord right now to see if everybody's still in there. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anybody DC. It looked like it was on Slayer. So, oh, somebody joined. We didn't close that lobby. All right. Well, you know the drill. If you're on one of those teams and that's your friend, you got to say goodbye. That's take them out. Can't be joining into custom game lobbies in 2025. This is the 6th iteration of Halo. We know the drill. We're loading back up. I don't know what the score is going to be. Do you think they're going to just close or start it over or keep it where it was at?
No, if I'm the team in red, I'm saying no, 10-3. This is the Pandemonium Finals, best of 7. We got to make sure that everything is fair. But that's just my take. I'm a biased caster, as they say. I'm not really biased. It's just if you tune into LVT on the weekends, you'll know that one. But I would just go with the reset. Frankly, I think everybody here can be good sports and just decide, hey, something happened, let's just reset. Maybe the other team wants to go, maybe DLM wants to go, up 7 kills to start, but we're not. Wait, no, we actually are. I know you mentioned the prize pool, so maybe, if we're playing,
I'm seeing.
if you're playing for cash, no, low key, you definitely want to make sure that every single score counts. But at the end of the day, we're all friends here in the ascending baseline for the most part. Beetle, I despise. I'm kidding, but right now we're loading back in. Thank you, production. Thank you, Beetle, and it should be a great game 2 in a best of 7 Pandemonium Finals. I know I'm yapping, but what else comes to mind, Beetle, as we load back in for the second time? Yeah, second time.
Third time.
Third time.
We're on the third time. I mean, it's living up to the name Pandemonium Games. It's getting crazy even in the start of the match. We're getting the triple run back on the opening. Do you think For the Night runs the same strat a third time, the triple gambit, or are they going to mix it up this time? I think that they're going to run it back because it's like nobody expects a third triple push to the outside.
Yeah, no, you just got to run it back. Your opening strats are your opening strats, and you just play your game and see how you respond. They're both talented teams, so, you just got to stick to your plan, and it's just about the engagement on that moment when whoever wins, whoever's better on that day, for lack of better words. Right now, we're in the perspective of Dark Matter. 2 members of Blue go for that sniper. It is a 3v3 on that map. Beetle, what are you seeing right off the rip?
Yeah, I mean, For the Night kind of adapted to being watched that time and sent 2 people across the jump for snipe, melted Dark Matter. Now Hative has that snipe, kind of evening it up, gets a shot onto Dark Matter, taking him down to 1 and backs up because he did see another player up there. So now they have control for the most part of this overshield side, especially if he can get the shot here. A little awkward situation. The player thrusts behind him, so he takes out another and then finds his way back in there. Sion's eventually going to get him, but it looks like Sins picks up that overshield. And what a chaotic opening. Still a 5-kill advantage, but OS in the hands of Sins.
Yeah, right there. We did see that lead. It was 7 kills to start off this game for the difference, and right now it's only 3. with about a minute being drained off that reset. Since has that overshield and is trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, gets taken out and thrown out the window. Ninja Dilly now holding T2, backs off with their life, trying to not get picked, not get average, gets the comms in right there. A great play by Grizz to keep the momentum on their side for just a couple moments right now. It's only a 2 slay difference with the heat wave in the hands of Grizz. Let's see if they're able to do something. Everything slowed down here. I'd love to see this out of For the Night. They're just playing for the win, if you'd like, and just slowing down and not getting averaged in situations. But unfortunately, they didn't have enough information to do anything with this. And it looks like Eagle, DLM, will interfere with the opposing enemies' plans.
Yeah, interfering on interference. Looks like they're keeping that lead, and I think we'll jump into a listening with DLM to see what they're talking about as they try to maintain this tied game that is, I guess, not their lead anymore.
I'm gonna. Yep.
We just gotta play for new snipe. Everybody play for new snipe.
Pushing E2 now. Outside by tower, homie. They have overshield now over there. One's bottom engine.
Just live. I spawn bunker.
We need to call out that overshield. One's white hall. One shot here.
It's outside. Drop button outside.
Back rail.
Here, I'm just.
Sniping right here. Ninja, two bunker pushing you.
I'm shotting you.
Nice.
Also hated. Top tower on me. Tower. Yep. They're gonna spawn bunker. 2v2.
Spawn out cat, yeah.
Go tower. One back bunker. All up
Good
now.
shot from top cat. Two top cat and one tower.
Alright, spawn basement. He's flanking car. One shot. Absolute dead. Hey, up E2. E2 weak. Absolute E2. Okay. Alright. We have damage. Double pushing tower side.
T1, one shot.
T1 still. You wanna put me? Don't get out. I die here. Dead. Two dead. Where? E2. E3. Yep, one shot. E3 dead. Nice. Bunker still up and there's spawning bunker.
Yeah, T2. Snipe. Bunker one
E3
shot.
Snipe. Hative tower 2.
He hits.
2 shot. We're all done. Alright. It's insane.
Alright, we got one top tower, one's E2, pushing E1.
I'm just waiting.
E2 got shots on me.
E2.
I can
fight that. I can fight E2. Hold on. Give me 2 white. Give me 2 white. Still 2 white.
One top cat pushing on cat.
One the corner again. The corner one shot.
Oh, fucking long haul. Since.
There's another one hated on you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Last one, he was outside cat.
You sure?
2 dead.
What's up, cat? I'm trying to get behind him, bro. They're up long.
E1 next to me. E1 with snipe.
Big door, I'm behind one. On the west,
Top tower on you with shots.
Dead, 2 dead.
Two there, both weak. The other one there, you drop on him. He dropped on him.
He went very long. He went long already.
Alright, outside cat.
West, I'm white hall.
One spawn here, basement. One's outside cat already.
One good. One shot cat. Cat dead.
Watch your bottom basement. He popped to us.
Basement
one shot at me. Dead, nice. OSMX. The other one's white hall. 3 dead. OSMX.
He's gonna be white hall. Going for OS right now. Snipes here. It's slow down. Alright, they have OS.
Spawning out here, yeah.
I'm just aim about something. Just looking something together. They have OS. Bottom nest. You want one shot?
Dead.
Bottom nest. Sniping E2. Hative. He's white corner. Sniping Hative. Just hop up on him.
He's still up. Try to get up on him.
Weak. Where?
White corner. Basement window now. One shot.
Okay.
Still basement window next to you guys. In E1 now.
Two one shots here.
Get one.
They're both weak here still.
Sewers. Free kill. Two dead. Alright, we're up. They're gonna be on
One shot dead.
I'm trying to block yellow for you.
Spawn nest. Spawning bunkers.
Alrighty, we're back from that listening, and I gotta say they're sounding pretty good. Things got hairy, but they didn't seem to panic. The comms stayed together, and now they have a bit of a lead in this game, as it looks like Hative is gonna fall down. What stood out to you, Kesa?
I think you summed it up perfectly. Just the ability to stay cool, calm, and collected. You have to stay focused and dialed in. Not trying to rub salt in the wound, but it felt like Red Bull Hangover. Whenever they would get, checked or start head casing just a little bit, it would show in their comms, and I don't see any of that with DLM. So super excited to see if they're able to close this out. It's only a 2-kill difference right now, so it's just been trade on trade throughout this entire lobby. And right now, to close things out, Beetle, what are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, it is looking pretty nice for DLM. They're playing it as slow as they can. Hative has gotten a hold of the heat wave, but a team goes down. Hative's going to have to try to get out of there. Decides to slide in, runs into 3, goes down. Just one more kill left for DLM. As it looks like Dark Knight is trying to get that push. Knows that Since is up top. Since doesn't know that he's there. The shots come in. Since taken down to 1, and Scion is going to pick up the final kill as DLM comes back in this series, tying us up 1-1.
Yeah. 1-1. Man, there's a lot going on between the Coachella live streams, the UFC event, and a couple baseball games. Right now, I'm dialed into this Pandemonium best of 7, tied 1-1 after 2 games. I'm glad we're off interference. Man, what a refreshing league to be watching, I won't lie. But right now, looking at the scoreboard, Hative leading the way with the 12.7 KDA and 17 kills right there. And it wasn't enough for them to secure the victory, but they're still doing what they can. Felt like you saw, again, I hate to put them on the spot, but Homie Hopper had a tough game. I feel like she's the key to victory for her squad. If she's able to lock in and dial in and pop off, it is going to be a convincing win for the night. So let's see. Beetle, what comes to mind when you were looking at the scoreboard for you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm somewhat surprised at the lack of assists. When just from our last series, I think of For the Night as being, kind of the oiled team that's all working together the whole time. But this was one game where they just kind of let it slip away. It felt like maybe a little bit too much on the individual side of their gameplay. So hopefully they'll be able to bounce back and get back to that original style that we were seeing in the last series as we get into Stronghold's Recharge.
Yeah, Stronghold's Recharge, back to basics here in this best of 7. I'm going to repeat that as many times as I can so that people know that this is not a best of 5, this is a best of 7 here, and we might be here for a while. Grab that popcorn and those refreshing drinks with some ice in it if you'd like, because this is going to be a great series to watch, and I hope everybody's munching on whatever snack they have, at their monitors, making sure that they wipe their hands before touching their rollers so it doesn't get sticky, or on those M&Ks. You don't want those sticky keys. Right now we're on the perspective of JG. Let's see if they're able to do anything right off the rip. Who will get camo? Beetle, what are you thinking?
I mean, the camo play looked pretty chaotic. It was nice to see both teams actually putting a lot of pressure to it. I feel like a lot of times now we're seeing teams opt to get map position, and sometimes players are able to just sneak right away through. But the start so far going back and forth a little bit. Looks like Hative's going to pick up 1 kill, going to get the assist on another. Decent damage on a Delta, and now that they were able to get B with the addition of A, they might be able to get something done. It depends on if they can take out Dark Matter over there before he gets too dug in as Delta gets taken low.
Yeah, right now, For the Night will be starting to score here. I feel like For the Night will try to get that A-B setup, play fundamental Halo. Then we'll see DLM trying to work with whatever they can. I feel like DLM are going to be that squad a little bit more comfortable to work with, those A-C holds and those B-C holds, opposed to the standard and traditional A-B. Right now we're seeing Sycon trying to do something while 2 members of For the Night were on that death screen, and with that shock rifle they hit the body, gets the kill assist before or after hitting the death screen right there. That is 3 down for DLM. Dark Matter trying to make something happen, shift momentum towards their squad, because right now, frankly, it's been a whole lot of For the Night. It's looking pretty dark here, and I don't mean about the matter, I'm meaning about the night.
Yeah, For the Night are looking pretty good right now. They're trying to retake A. Real quick, shout out to Cosmo DR and Sinercia for the follows. Thanks for joining us here on the AB stream. But yeah, as I said, For the Night go down 3. Looks like DLM in a decent position to keep holding the map. They do have that AB set up, and it looks like Dark Matter wants to get a position to kind of look down long haul, make sure nobody's pushing over, as Grizz just kind of locks down this overhang area. But I think somebody did just sneak in underneath him, and I don't know if he knows that happened. Oh, no, he found him.
Yeah, that would have been frustrating life to give the opposing team right there. Sycon with that active camo gets the first shot onto the enemy at Mangler Door, gets away with their life. It is a 4v2 in favor for DLM. Hative is still on that death screen. They're probably waiting for their IGL to come up. Now they're back, and just like that, it is shut down. 2 versus 1 in favor for DLM as those respawns start coming in, and Sycon still with that camo and BR in their back pockets in that whirlpool.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to hold on to this triple cap for kind of a devastating amount of time. It was pretty back and forth for a bit, but they're about to hit the 100-point mark, and DLM are looking pretty nice. They're just causing so many problems, and I'm seeing them just be very active on the map. You know, they're rotating around and kind of just pushing out. And, you know, like you had mentioned earlier, not opting for the safe setup as much as a lot of teams probably would, as it looks like Hative potentially getting snuck up here. But he does have the shock. He might be able to turn this around. It's decent damage. Sounds trying to get there and does eventually take him out. So they're able to keep B. And DLM is just looking pretty nice so far this game.
Yeah. You know, in oddball, whenever you don't play that ball, specifically in streets, and that oddball gets stuck at back A, and then you give the team just a free 30 seconds, that's frankly what I'm seeing from For the Night. For lack of better words, it just feels like they're giving stuff for free to the opposing team. Feels like with the staggered pushes coming through from Hative right there, they're just a couple steps in front of their teammate, and Homie drops to the death screen right there, and it's just frustrating to see DLM just not have that chemistry that they're so known for. We've been, you know, glazing them, saying, hey, this team knows how to play together, and right now I'm just not seeing that, and it's quite interesting to see once these players, you know, start going out. Yes, they get this triple cap, but I think it's going to backfire for them. I hope I'm wrong, though, as, you know, the team in blue starts ticking. They have quite the lead to, you know, whittle down here, with Delta living and just doing a decent job of, you know, playing their life and not getting averaged in that long haul. So goes into the sneaky and now is pushing on to C. This might be a BC hold in favor for the team in red. Let's see if that holds.
Yeah, and For the Night definitely has a chance to come back. It's never over in Strongholds, but I think we'll jump into a listening real quick with For the Night and see what they have in store for us as this game is getting towards the midway point.
Needles in A last two. I killed Needles. I'm capping C, okay? The Hopper, there's gonna be two there. We can wait, we can wait on me.
Half wall.
I'm one shot, Dilly. I'm one shot.
He's dead.
Nice. You can keep pushing it now.
Half wall.
Just fight for A, okay, while they get B. Fight for A while they get B. Fight for A, fight for A.
We didn't cross.
B here.
Crossed. I got away,
Alright, we can go B now while they go for C.
I got spawn killed white.
Watch out pipes, kill the kid,
Oh,
Nice.
batteries.
There's a guy pipes,
Needle's
there's a guy
dead.
pipes.
Bottom A.
I
Nice. Bottom A.
One shot hell on top A, guys. We didn't move.
Half wall.
One's hell. I'm in long. Needles weak. One shot
Valid.
Needles.
Valid top wall.
Needles two shot.
I'm looking
Needles
Needles.
shot bottom and he's dead.
Gold.
Nice, I'm top red.
Gold's one.
And then C spawners.
Glass. Glass is one.
There's two in gold,
Wall's weak.
Two in gold. I'm one shot the batteries or ballage. He went grapple. He killed me.
Yeah, dead to C stairs. There's gonna be two in there.
You saw one. Camo, guys. Bottom white, and then just grab camo. One shot bottom white.
Mangler pit, one shot.
Absolute bottom white, Hopper. Camo, Mangler.
That's camo, dead.
Nice, 3 dead.
Last one's on me on attic.
Alright, last guy, Dilly.
One shot.
Spawn them long all.
I'm leaving it.
There's gonna be too long. Look at it.
One shot gold stairs.
One shot pipes.
Hold AB, we don't have to constantly fly C.
No,
C.
just listen. Two turbine. Another one one shot.
Recon batteries. Oh my word.
I need to go for B.
Okay.
One shot red stairs. He went top red sniping. Nice, one dead. They're gonna repeat your pipes.
One more.
Bottom A weak.
Glass.
No. Bottom elevator weak.
I'm going bottom A. You
On
stop
my
A right
L2,
now?
on my L2.
I'm trying to kill A kid.
I need help on batteries. I don't have any ammo.
I killed
One
A.
shot battery.
L2, one shot dead.
Battery dead. 3 dead.
Fair.
Alrighty, we're back from that listening, and while they have been doing a good job of not letting it open up too much farther, they are still down quite a bit. And one thing that stood out to me was it seemed like a bit of disagreement on the plan between some of the members on the team. How did you feel about it, Kesa?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I think they look sharp, but just right now, DLM are just doing a great job of just not giving them an inch, right? The old saying, if you give the enemy an inch, they're going to take a mile in Halo Infinite. And in this Pandemonium Grand Finals, I think that definitely is ringing true. Creative gets picked off for that camo, and just once again, I think for the night have done a decent job of minimizing this lead, but that triple cap that they got put into was just a strong one, and just like that we see DLM doing what I thought they would, and it's just being comfortable with rotating and taking any point that they can get. If they can score from the AC setup, they will do that. We see Dark Matter grappling up into top control, or top gold, excuse me, and getting the slay, but surrenders a point to the opposing team. It is now AB for the Knight trying to will their way back into this game 3.
Yeah, they've been able to close the gap quite a bit. It looks like Homie Hopper was able to get the flank, but Dark Matter spotted her early on and stayed on the chase the entire time. They get some of the points, and it looks like Dark Matter's trying to make his way up to A, as this lead has shrunk almost entirely, only about 20 points at the moment. So DLM needs to be a little bit careful here. They can't let For the Night get too much, and Dark Matter spotting out Since trying to cross middle might be just what they needed to slow this down. Picks up Hative, gets the reset before going down is so big, and maybe he's going to be able to take down Ninja. Finesse is enough for a teammate to help, and that's exactly what they needed to maybe close out this game.
Yeah. Ice, ice, ice in the veins of DLM. They're going up against a formidable foe. We see Dark Matter getting a slay at bottom A, then moving into the red pipes, picks up that green gun. He's probably got their eyes set on that shock rifle. He's being patient, not overextending even for a power weapon when they're up by this much. This has been a decent comeback from For the Night. Very impressive, but with a couple seconds left, it looks like DLM will go up 2-1 after dropping the first map and being able to bounce back in the last 2 games we've seen. Beetle, what are you thinking? Please, I feel like I'm taking your thunder when we're looking at the scoreboard. I would love to hear your thoughts on that scoreboard before we bring up anything else.
Yeah, I mean, DLM just looked very consistent across the board. Like, all 4 members have good kills and good assists. And especially if you look at the assist column, they have significantly more assists, like almost 2 players worth of assists extra coming down. And in a Strongholds game type like that, does a lot for you. That just means there was a lot of extra damage going down on their side of the map. And even if you're not getting the kills, sometimes that pressure just makes it so much harder for the Night to move around. So I'd love to get a peek at that damage as well to just really see the difference between these 2 teams.
Yeah, 11.0 KDA also from Delta leading the lobby. And as we look at that damage, what comes to mind?
I mean, kind of same thing. Like, they're up, you know, what, 4,000-ish damage. That's an entire extra player that they basically had worth of shots down. And, you know, because of that, I just felt like they were able to do a good job of keeping control of that map. Like, it got a little hairy in the middle of the map, but once they locked it down again, they went on close to a 50-point run to close it out. So I think For the Night is going to really have to lock in their teamwork here if they want to keep in this series and keep it competitive. We're going into Oddball Live Fire, and if you need a longer map to kind of make sure you get everything locked down, this is the type to do it in.
Yeah, I would like to say that whenever I'm casting an 8s match, I always look at that oddball, and for me, it will tell the story of the greater series, right? Expect this to go 3 rounds, but it's going to be a challenge of endurance and mental fortitude, because I always like to bring up the fact that you can take someone's soul in Oddball, and anybody who knows this game mode, I think, can kind of feel that. But whether they find their momentum or they get shredded, Oddball is a tough game mode to combat. And 2 perfects from Dark Matter, the super clean, picking up that sniper rifle and going to cuts, waiting for the active camo, tries to hit the player at top turbine, does not connect, but it is 4 seconds in favor for the opposing team. I don't think For the Night will be in a great opportunity or in a great position to take advantage of that skull. I think Dark Matter, even though they're the last one up, is still enough of a presence to make the other team just think about what they're doing. And to my surprise, it's Since grabbing the oddball and moving it to back B, a wise decision, even though the opposing team has such a strong power item in the hands of a power player.
Yeah, being able to get the ball out there is so big, and they got away with that camo as well, which put him in an okay spot. Unfortunately, Homie gets taken out right away. It looks like Dark Matter wants to be a bit aggressive here now that they've gotten some kills. The ball's going to get played, and Dark Matter opts to leave. I think he's hoping to maybe pick up a spawner or something to try and stagger the spawns. Looks like Sion was able to pick up a double and get traded out, but both teams kind of in a difficult position here. The flank comes through from Dark Matter. He's going to get two with the headshot on the snipe. Tries to get a nade down range, but is going to get taken out by some nades from Hative. And now the grinder in bottom mid is starting to heat up. Hative gets the sniper double kill and moves that ball out. Only has one bullet left to work with. We'll see if he can make it count. Can he catch Dark Matter off the spawn? Not quite, but close enough.
Yeah, Hative just pushing and realizing that for an instance they had 3 members of the opposing team down. We see Ninja Dilly move that ball to back tower, and that's great communication coming through from For the Night. They were able to bounce back. Homie Hopper playing her shields here and finds the trade. That's going to be a great opportunity. 44-1 with about 4 minutes left in this first round of Oddball.
Yeah, For the Night's playing it so well. When they get their advantage, they get it whatever time they can, and then they are quick to play the ball and reset. Hative doing a great job playing his life at the moment. Is going to take out Dark Matter without having to trade the damage. Uses the repulse to try and get some extra distance to maybe pick up a kill, but it looks like a teammate was able to get that. Delta, the last player up, and I'm worried that he was maybe being too aggressive, but it looks like, oh yeah, there he is, pushing through. He tried to take a sneaky route, but Hative was wise to it, is going to back him up. Luckily, he didn't go down, so they should be able to get a good push on the side of DLM.
Yeah, Hative just anchoring top tower. I've been doing a lot of FFAs in my clan with live fire, so that top tower position is so crucial. Eventually, Hative gets taken out. Homie's the last one up for their team. Instance comes off the death screen, and now that should be a nice stick right there from Homie, showing off her FFA prowess. I know it's not Aquarius, but you make those plays after just being in intense FFA lobbies for so long. It's almost like second nature from that. Right there, it's 3 down for the team in red. It's going to start raining retribution. If you're the team For the Night, you should be able to rack up a bigger lead here. They have almost 70 seconds on this skull. This is going to be a tough comeback for Dark Lives Matter, not just in the round, but in this map. I feel like right now, For the Night are really pushing for that 2-2 tie in the series count.
Yeah, they've been playing a very clean game of Oddball so far, getting as much time as they can, and they haven't given up too much. This is one of the first times that they ended up having the ball in an area where they weren't able to play it, and so we do see DLM able to get some points on the board. They're trying to rotate to C. Delta's going to get caught out, and it looks like Hative finds a snipe on the ground, not quite able to connect with the first couple shots. It was taken pretty low, but no one was able to push him, so he's going to get those shields back. And it looks like DLM are just trying to move that ball as far away as possible, get the play out there. But Ninja and Homie each picking up kills does make it a little difficult with this new ball coming up, and Hative is immediately going to go for it.
Yeah. Right now, Ninja Dilly just doing everything that they can. You hear a lot of pros talk about scrap time, whether you're listening to, you know, Tide the Leader or just tuned into a random 8 stream. Right there, we see Hative almost connect with that headshot. That would have been ridiculous if they did, but scrap time. That's the name of the game in live fire Oddball specifically. I think in Streets you have a little bit more opportunity to set up traditionally, even if it's, you know, a 1 down on the opposing team. You just gotta prioritize scrap time on live fire, as that's 3 down, 4 down, 3 down now. As Ninja Dilly hits the respawn, Homie Hopper comes up and tick. I think they're going to be a little frustrated they didn't throw that Oddball off the map for the reset. They would be in a great position for that reset as they spawn back B and ran into Big Door, trying to flank the enemy right there. It since gets taken out. This is great time for DLM. That's what happens when you don't throw that skull off the map. You just give the opposing team just 30 seconds for free.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a huge play from Grizz. Was able to sneak all the way around the map and do so much damage to those players off of spawn. But it looks like For the Night hasn't been able to stabilize. They got that ball. They just need 8 more seconds. Since is trying to do as much damage as he can to slow people down, and I think he did enough. Just 2 seconds. I think Dark Matter was trying to push up, but he's not going to make it in time. Ninja's able to hold on to that ball, and that's the first round going to go over to For the Night.
Yeah, no, I do want to mention what we saw them to open the round, just chuck that ball to back B and get some time on the move. Then to close it out, they were just by cuts, just playing their life and trying to anchor that ball. We see Ninja Dilly getting some cross shots into the map, maybe getting some into the back of their teammate. There might be some frustration seeping out, and with that, I think we should go into a listen in with DLM. It's been a while since we've heard their comms.
Bag.
Yep.
Since one shot sandbags.
Oh, the scoreboard weak.
Follow me. Yep. One shot.
Yeah, absolute Dilly.
Oh. You're last. You're last.
Where is he?
Or no, two. He's there.
I'm rotating
Hold up.
through A here. I'm
Came
going
up.
through A plat.
I spawned dummies here.
One shot, small window.
Small.
One's on cuts,
Spawned
cative
in.
cuts. Gonna grab snipe on camo. On short.
One. Good.
Nice.
Three. Nice.
Snipe down on cuts if you want it. They're spawning elbow.
Two dead still. Still two dead.
Go
Touch
under.
one top
Trying to
mid,
rotate
touch
this
one
B
top
side.
mid.
B bottom mid. I spawn outside. They're gonna be B. Gonna be B. I spawned
Okay.
dummies.
I'm rotating it.
Watch B pillars. One pillars.
I hear pillars.
I'm up.
Yeah, two on big door.
Snipe's here. I found snipe.
Two on big door still. They're
I
pushing
found a
you now.
snipe arc. One in my dummy right.
One. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, watch out for
Weak.
cuts behind you.
Two time mid.
Your cuts behind you.
Both
Top
mid,
end,
both
yeah.
mid.
Yeah, cuts weak. Abso.
Yo, I spawned.
Another one.
Cuts one. Absolute cuts. Yep. Two.
They have Kichi pushing you. Yeah, he has.
Bottom mid. He's gonna have two snipes. Two
Dummy
shots of
door,
snipe.
dummy door weak, dummy door weak.
One more dummy door.
Yep.
Is one bullet.
I spawned bottom mid. He's
One's
one
pushing me
shot.
nest.
Dead.
Nice.
One's
two
bottom
dead.
B pillars and one's nest. Dummies. Dummies
Nice,
up
one
dummy
there.
room now. And bottom mid.
On training.
Yeah, just
I
need kills.
saved
Just need
myself.
kills.
Kill the door bottom mid.
I'm getting top mid for you guys.
Bottom mid weak.
Bottom mid,
Two
bottom
down
mid.
there.
Cuts.
I got
One's
one.
on dummy
Coming
ramp.
on
Dummy
cuts.
ramp sniping.
Top mid
Absolute
vent dropping. Cuts. Top cuts. One shot.
Nice. That's a lot of damage. C flat and cuts. C flat.
Another one cuts.
Cuts now
Cuts
chasing.
in top C pot hurt. Cative
Abso.
weak. One ball.
On B. It's on B.
Another
Two
one
dead.
dummy door. Last one bottom mid.
You're bottom mid.
I killed two.
Three dead.
I
You sure?
read dummy cross.
Yeah. I spawned B.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
stay
think-
whole B.
I spawned
I'm
mud.
gonna
I
go
Go back
spawned mud.
tower. Go to back tower.
Yeah, I'm rotating
Here,
back
give me this,
tower.
give me this,
He
give me
pillars
this.
one shot. Dead.
For that, I'm playing. What? Elbow ramp.
Mirror.
Dead.
We got numbers.
Another one.
Back B.
They're on C
Camo's
side.
up. I hear back B. I'll push it.
I'm just playing this shit with the TP.
Hey,
One in
he's
dummy
up.
ramp now. Maybe on camo area.
He's one shot.
Yep.
They just got camo. They just
Oh,
got
got
camo.
I'm playing it.
Yep. B.
Nice.
I have
Two
camo.
dead.
I'm coming through, but dummy.
Waiting.
I spawned A. They're gonna be cuts.
Here.
Two dummy door right now.
Oh, that's weak. Two on us. Both weak.
I
Heard that.
hear.
Heard that.
And key door.
Here.
Still key door.
Here.
Yo, cut behind you with camo.
Dead.
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 Oh.
We're dead.
Hey, take
I'm
tower.
pushing.
Take
They're gonna
tower.
spawn B.
Shoot.
They're gonna spawn B.
Yep. I'm getting upstream to look at B.
Guarantee they full spawn B.
Nice, dude.
One's on nest
Huge.
bridge already.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm
One's
crossing
back
seven.
green. I'm pushing nest with you. Just stay there. You're good, Delta.
Here he comes.
Is he still nets?
We're Delta. Elbow.
One shot.
Sand one shot. Going white wall.
You want to push me nest now? Get ready to play.
You're
You gotta be
alone.
ready to play. Gotta play.
Yeah, I hear.
Nice.
I can play for new.
We're up a lot. We just need Joes.
Dummy door.
Absolute top mid. Going C plat.
Dummy door still.
One's stepping
I
on
believe.
bridge. Yo, one's top mid sandbags above us. Sandbags.
Yeah, sandbags
Native.
weak.
Watch out,
Native
hands.
weak.
Two.
Dead, nice. Cement weak. Wave wall. Three dead.
Very last.
The other C plat weak.
Carry dead.
Four dead. One's
One's
one.
on A.
Spawn out.
You pull it out B. You pull B.
Yeah, I spawned big door.
Oh.
Alright, chat, we're gonna try something a little different. I'm the one bringing us back after that listen in. Beetle, what do you think was, that recipe for success in this second round? What were the corrections you're seeing from DLM here for the fact that they are just eviscerating the opponent in this round 2 oddball?
I mean, it sounded to me like they were just being really mindful of where For the Night was spawning at. Like, we saw it in the, A to C rotation. They were calling out, oh, hey, they're spawning at green. Let's rotate it back through silo and take it over to C. And, you know, that got them like 20, 30 seconds. And they've just been really mindful of keeping track of where For the Night are, where they're going to be, and kind of trying to avoid them. You know, they're getting kills when they need to, but they're not forcing it. They're not like super hungry, being like, I got to get the damage. And because of that, they need 3 seconds. The ball's trapped down here. Homie Hopper's going to try to get that ball out. Probably going to have to play it here, getting up to the tower to scrap whatever time she can. A player has already gotten underneath, maybe going to stall long enough, is going to get that thrown off, but they really need to be successful on the slays here, because again, DLM just need 3 seconds. They would be able to run down there and just win the match.
Love the comms being light on the side of DLM, even though they lost that round of oddball to start us off in this map. They just stayed focused and dialed in and stayed positive. That's a big thing. I think in oddball, it's all mental, frankly. Yeah, you have your thumbs and your ability to, you know, dance with your opponent to get the victory. But right there, we see DLM take the strong round 2 victory, and I hope For the Night stay locked in, dialed in, because this is going to be an explosive round 3. Whoever drops this map is frankly going to be a little frustrated, and that's what I mean about taking their souls in oddball.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like as long as For the Night can just, you know, focus on the fact that they also have had a dominant round, not worry too much about what happened in the last round, they should be okay. Looks like Hativ's able to get that sniper very quickly in the beginning. Hasn't found any players yet, but is going to catch Delta up top, gets the first kill, and this is the kind of picks that they need as he hits one, catches the headshot, goes for the triple kill. He's going to pick that one up. Just one player left. He's trying to find him, but no, Sign is going to eventually take him down. But what a huge play out of Hativ.
My god, it smells like stinky cheese because that was disgusting right there. Sycon tries to make something happen, replicate the fireworks we saw to start us off, but For the Night able to hold strong here. It's since with that skull in their hands with over a minute of ball time gathered for their squad. That is a great contribution right there. 2 down for the squad in red. DLM will now have to push from the respawn. Dark Matter is the last one up for their team. 4 down for only a split second. But in oddball, that split second, it's all about inches, and when you give the opponent oh my lord, when you give the opponent team an inch, they're gonna take a mile, and that's what we're seeing right now from the team in blue.
Yeah, For the Night got a really huge start to this round. Got some confidence boosting kills, a lot of time here, and were able to more or less neutralize that camo. So it's a great start for them. Ninja staying alive, top tower so big, got the stick. If he was able to fall down and stay alive, that would have been so big. Still doing enough damage to kind of just make sure the DLM can't really push too much. Dark Matter tries to get in. Hativ's having none of it. He's being such a problem down here. He's been low health the whole time, but he stalled long enough for a teammate to get their kits and shields back. Picks up another one. Damage onto Delta. Delta's going to go down, and they've retaken control while Hativ was literally the only one up fighting for it for a little while.
Yeah, during the sandbox adjustment period, if you like, while we saw a lot of GAs in competitive play, it felt like, I'm actually not sure if they're going to be GAs at Arlington. That's going to be something to look for. But right now, I think it's super interesting seeing everybody just utilize this Mando. On live fire, it is turning into a power weapon. Right now, 1v1, Hativ taking on the enemy, but eventually gets taken out by Dark Matter because of those callouts coming through. The BR, Bandit, and Mando trio is just in a great spot with that sandbox. I think it's going to lead for some explosive action to close this out right now. It looks like Dark Matter tried to get that skull for only a split second. Grizz is the last one up for their team. Homie and Ninja will realize they have an opportunity. Let's see if it's pizza time or if it's a pizza. No. I tried to make something work there. Beetle, what are you seeing?
Clean. But yeah, they're doing a great job of like a really scrappy game style, which is not what I expected from For the Night. They kind of just kept ball locked down in cuts for the last minute or so, just trading out back and forth and keeping DLM really uncomfortable on the map. So it's nice to see a bit of a switch up from what their regular plan has been, and that might be an adjustment they've made over the series as they've just been feeling a bit uncomfortable with how DLM's been playing. And now they do have a bit of an A-hold. Hativ is trying to move quickly across the map to see if he can help some teammates out. The push is going to be coming from screens. Hativ sees 2 players down over there, knows some of his teammates went down, and now he's once again trying to just play his life as best he can so that he'll be able to get back into the fight quickly and not give up too much time.
Unless I'm mistaken, this should be some decent time getting off for DLM, but frankly, For the Night are a great team, so even if that sniper is being utilized to output damage, I do expect For the Night to be able to claw their way back into this game and into the series, tying things. That's 4 down for the squad in red. That's ball time, ball time, ball time. Hative with the sniper. Maybe doesn't want to be holding it, drops it to its sense, and just like that, they only need 10 or so seconds to get this lead. It's going to be a big stop if DLM can stop the clock here.
Yeah, I mean, they've moved through quickly and they took out Hative right away, which is definitely the power player. He did have that sniper, but it looks like Homie Hopper is going to come through. Sion, the last one up, going to try to stay alive. Does stay alive long enough for help to get there. Is going to go down, but it looks like Hative once again has that sniper. Going to back at least one player off so far. Has 2 more shots to work with. Takes out one. And this is looking big for the Night. They just need a couple more slays and they'll be able to have it. Dark Matter stuck in the corner. He's going to go down as well. Grizz is the last player up, but the ball got reset. It was out for so long. This buys just a little bit more time as Grizz is going to come out on top for Hative, but that ball has moved over just a little bit.
Yeah. Slowly but surely. For the Night trying to get that victory. It's so tough right now. DLM, even though they probably know they're not going to make that comeback, they're just fighting and refusing to quit just till the bitter end. They still are holding this skull as Grizz moves on to A. Sycon is there to challenge bottom mid. It looks like Team in Red will try to get that A set up here. For a second I thought they were going to go to B and try to rotate, but they said no, hey, come back here, let's just turtle for just a second. Looked like Ninja Dilly was just diddling around and gets picked off after curb sliding into the engagement. 40 seconds are in the side for the team in red. Let's see if they're able to get the 50 that they need off this hold. It's going to be a tough situation. 2v2 on the map. That Mando in the hands of Dark Matter. You can definitely see how crucial of a weapon that is, but unfortunately Matter was not able to make it count right there as Delta has that QT anchoring nest. I believe that skull was thrown off. Yep, it was. It's going to be a reset here. It's a 3v4. Essence tries to get that scrap time. It looks like the player in red was Abso. Sycon, yeah, holding on to that skull for dear life. They do not want to let go of that flame and see it extinguished right now. The ball was dropped, but it's only to juggle it. Beetle, what are you seeing?
I mean, this is great plays coming out of DLM right now. They've been able to hang on for so long. I mean, again, they can only give up 7 more seconds, and so far haven't really done that. The green gun not going to connect, which could be tragic as 3 go down. Grizz is the last one up, and he's going to have to make a miracle happen as all the players on For the Night fly down for that ball. Gets decent nade damage. I just don't know if anyone's going to be there in time. It looks like no. Hative picks up the headshot. Since has got that ball, and For the Night are going to tie us up 2-2.
Yeah. DLM almost made me eat my words. That's a disgusting no-scope to get, even though it doesn't really count. That was still pretty
Send in a
clean.
message for next game.
Even though the opponent probably put the controller down for a second, I think you just want to keep the momentum going. I always like it when players keep playing even when the screen ends. I'm not a fan of whenever people just put the controller down after that odd ball. Looking at the scoreboard, Beetle, what stands out?
I mean, Hative stands out. Hative was going crazy with that snipe. We saw the triple kill. Gets 40 kills, 22 assists. Just absolutely being a monster on the map. Definitely not the player you would want to run into. And it was enough to get them that win. So I feel like as long as we keep seeing Hative play like that, and as long as the team is supporting him, because this time, again, the assist numbers looking good. That was their problem, I felt like, in the last couple matches. And so now they've got that dialed. I think For the Night are back.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, we're seeing Hative, Dark Matter, and Uzi / Zuzi. I always kind of bunch them together. They're not one player with different names. No, they're just twins. I know y'all know that. I'm just joking. But I'm really impressed with just how warm they are for Arlington. It's going to be exciting seeing them play through the open bracket. I'll be watching from home, supporting through the LVT chat. Super excited and passionate about ascending baseline. Hopefully they can take some names in the lower, not in the lower bracket, in the open bracket. Excuse me. I hope they don't go to lowers. That would really suck. But really, like, all jokes aside, in all seriousness, ascending baseline have a stacked team going into this first open of the year on LAN. This should be a great squad to keep your eye out, regardless of who wins in this pandemonium best of 7. I know we have 2 players probably watching in chat wishing that they were playing in finals, but I know that they'll be excited, learn from this, and they'll tip it to their teammates saying, look, this is going to be a great series, and regardless of anything, it's only getting a swarm for LAN right now. Origin, Slayer, game 5 in a best of 7. We're tied 2-2 here. It's going to be explosive. What are your winning conditions, and what are you looking to see? Beetle right off the rip.
I mean, I feel like controlling that snipe side is going to be pretty big, especially if they can keep, one player kind of crossing from rockets. But we've just seen what these players can do with the sniper already. I mean, Hated popped off last game. We saw Dark Matter getting a lot of great kills as well. So you really can't be giving that up. Delta takes a bit of damage early on, but Since able to find a kill right away, and the flank comes through 4 down. Huge opening coming out of the side of... they're going to be restarting this game.
Yeah, I was in shock.
Yeah, that's I think that's still a bug, is when you've changed it once, the next time you start a Slayer, it still keeps the change.
Hey, at least we're not Call of Duty. That's all I'll say. Right now,
dude.
super... What are you saying?
I was saying, that's just tough, though. They got, such a clean opening, 4 dead, into, nothing. I would assume they're keeping those kills, though.
Yeah, I hope so. And right now, just waiting to get started up. Man, I was looking at chat, and I think Moonshot said, "What did I miss?" And I looked at that scoreboard, and I was like, "What did I miss?" Oh my lord! Love to see everybody engaged. I'm gonna drop the line. If you like the stream, support the stream. We'll give you the lingo about ascending baseline after this series. But Beetle, what else comes to mind? If you want to give them the lingo now that we have everybody locked in between map, I would love to hear your thoughts on the ascending baseline community or what we're about to see.
Oh, well, definitely. If you're checking this out and you're seeing we're playing in a league right now and you want to get involved in those kind of leagues, just hit !Discord in the chat, and I'll give you a link to the Discord so you can see what Ascending Baseline has got to offer. We got lots of leagues and matchmaking queues and stuff like that going on all the time with tournaments and things. So always a lot of fun stuff. If you're new here, this is the grand finals of our Pandemonium League, and this is a draft-based league, so you don't know who your team is until it starts up, and this is the upper division of it, so this is where we have the higher tier players kind of playing in it, and as you might notice from some of the names here, these are some of the best players in Halo, so definitely exciting stuff as we get into it. Looks like they're doing a full reset, 0-0. As we jump back into this Slayer. And yeah, if For the Night can start off as hot as they did in that last little opening, then I think they'll be in a good spot to take this Slayer.
I think it's only fair for it to be 0-0. I feel like if you look at the scoreboard, someone in the lobby was probably like, what? Like, let's just reset. Probably threw off some opening strat right there. Not going to discredit anybody, but I imagine it may have checked 1 or 2 individuals loading in right now. Origin, Slayer, Game 5 in a best of 7. This is going to be an interesting map. Once again, look for that sniper, look for that rocket, and whoever controls the power item will be able to just output absurd amount of damage. Remember, this map has dynamic spawns, so if you're new to Origin or Coliseum, whichever one you prefer, it is going to be a lot of just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, and it looks like they quickly got a flank again. This is kind of what happened last time. As announced, Ion's the last player up, trying to see what he can do. Gets good shots on the Hated, almost takes him down, but not able to get there in the end. So we have once again a 4-0 clean sweep in the beginning of the game for the Night, and it seems like they have a good strategy in the opening of this game. Hated not able to get the kill, but it is cleaned up. Gets a body shot onto one. Dark Matter now the last one up on this side of the map as the team seems to be trying to collapse. It looks like he was able to sneak in a trade, but a 7-2 lead coming in for the Night.
The team in blue For the Night holding off strong. Whoa, okay. Even though that sniper didn't hit, that was uber precise. Man, like I said, lane is going to be fireworks for this ascending baseline team. Hopefully I'm not giving them the Castus curse. I'm literally knocking on wood right now, and just like that, Beetle is trying to exclaim, what did you see right there with those sniper plays?
I was not ready for that. I was, I cannot believe he was able to hit that shot. But yeah, Hated is looking clean. He's bringing those snipes back just like he did in the last match. And luckily for the side of DLM, he's not going to have a hold of that anymore. Ninja picks up a kill. They got a 5-kill advantage, and it seems like they're doing a pretty good job of holding on to it.
Yeah. Just game management right now as we see Ninja dropping onto bottom mid here. Hated gets a slay onto Saigon off screen. Homie Hopper responds to a trade with Dark Matter also hitting the death screen right now. That lead holds strong to 5 kills. It is a 3v3 on the map. Let's see. If I was someone playing in this, I would really prioritize making sure everybody's up, before you push those dynamic spawns. It's a 3v3 once again, just trades on trades on trades. It might be a little frustrating as we see DLM not able to close this lead just yet. It's great game management and a great attitude, but just like that, Caster Chris comes in. Hayden was the last one up for their team. We see Saigon now prowling around this mid area. The dynamic spawns came up. It looks like these players definitely played their H5 and ate their vegetables this morning because they know how to maneuver on this map.
That patience from Hayden was so key. He was the last one up. His whole team spawns across, and he comes in from the back to get extra damage. And with that, it's 20-13. And I think we'll jump into a listening with For the Night and see how they're planning to hold on to this game.
I spawn blue, bro. You can get the thrust. Red elbow, red elbow.
Yeah, I'm getting
Weak red elbow. One
pyramid,
guy.
pyramid.
Three pyramid.
He's sneaky, he's sneaky. Blue sneaky.
One more
Watch
sniper,
for the window.
sniper on oven.
Dead.
Nice,
Oven,
three dead.
oven now.
I'll get snipe.
Oven, last one. Oven, last one. One shot maze. He's going silver.
Silver.
Silver's
dead.
dead.
Good kill, good kill. Just wait a second.
Blue BR, Michael Cat.
We got pyramid dead.
Blue elbow. Blue
What the-
elbow.
Nice shot.
Blue
There was a guy
window.
blue elbow.
No, red. He's in red flag. He's one.
Dead. Going up. Top blue rocks. Top blue rocks. One shot. Dead.
Two blue, two top blue. They're going snipe ramp for my sniper. Need it. Blue snipe ramp. They're getting it. My snipe. He's one shot blue sticky. One shot blue snipe ramp. One shot blue snipe ramp.
Cave.
And they spawn blue hopper. Red maze is one shot.
Red maze is one shot.
Top pyramid
One
snipe
shot.
me.
One shot blue maze.
We're all dead. We're all dead.
All good, all good, all good. He's
Red,
gonna go.
red fountain. Red
He has
fountain,
sniper. He has sniper. Yo, we
This
can
one
pinch.
blue.
Can you look rockets? Is there anything rockets?
Nothing rocks.
Arrows.
nothing.
Elbow,
okay.
elbow on me. Dead.
Nice, good go. Two dead, two dead.
My blue cave. Blue cave.
I'm coming, guys. I'm coming.
He's going blue sniper ramp. One shot.
One shot right here.
I got him, I got him. Get the snipe. Look at me. Come look at me. He's blue maze. He's blue maze. Blue maze, dark matter, one
Weak,
shot,
he's
and
weak,
red
but
maze.
There's another one there.
Blue maze and red maze. Blue
One
maze
shot
and red
there,
maze.
One shot there, maze.
Nice, one just lifted, one shot. Nice. Red maze again, red maze again, I think.
I got a
One
beat
red,
down.
red maze again, I
He's
He's
think.
one shot grass.
Red.
He's one shot on me. Blue maze. He's just sitting there. Dead.
Red maze.
Give me like 2 seconds, Hayden, if I can. I
I'm
can
getting
look at you.
close. Can you look at my elbow?
I'm looking.
I'm looking at your elbow. I'm looking at your elbow.
Nothing
I
elbow.
don't see anything.
Yes. Two going red flag.
You're going to flag. Tony going to flag.
3 shots.
grass.
Red side pyramid. Red side pyramid.
They're playing for me. Elbow.
Pyramid dead. Blue maze. Blue maze.
I'm here.
I hear blue
Elbow.
maze.
Elbow's one.
I got one.
Dead.
One. Three dead, three dead, three dead. Four dead, four
traded
dead.
him.
4 dead. 4 dead.
50 power weapons. One that just spawned.
Hey, rockets coming up.
There's only
rockets
one
coming
guy up,
We'll
only
go
one
for him,
guy
we'll
up.
go for him.
Only one
I'll
guy.
go
You
for
might
him.
have to wait for him now. You have to wait. You have to wait.
Hurt.
They're already up. They're already up. Blue elbow right
One on
now.
top
Weak.
pyramid,
Dark
top
matter.
pyramid.
And pyramid. I
Blue
think he's
elbow,
out.
dark matter. Blue elbow,
He fell
dark
off the
matter.
map. He fell off the map.
Nice.
Those
Blue
rockets
elbow.
are, I think are down.
Still blue
Rockets
rocket
are
street.
down, rockets
Blue
are
rocket
Yeah,
street.
down
One shot.
bottom mid.
Bottom blue and blue rocket street.
One shot blue fountain. Blue fountain
Nice. Bottom
going.
blue. Careful, nearly.
There's one
Bottom
on
blue.
Rocket Street. I need help. I need
Dropping.
help.
Here.
There's two bottom mid. Two bottom mid.
He's one.
There's full
coming
rockets
Hopper.
down there
Window,
still.
on
Full
blue window.
rockets down there still.
Red bottom. Red basement.
He rocketed me. We're down by 5. Nice. There's.
Alrighty, we're back, and I feel like I could hear the energy in their comms. Kesa, how did they sound to you?
Yeah, sharp and just locked in. I feel like these are two titans exchanging blows, so I'd expect someone to just not be as energetic in their comms. We've been here for almost 3 hours. These players have been grinding. Their fingers must be hurting, but they still sound like they are loading into their first or second map, and that's a good thing for me as we see a double kill from Dark Matter. 49-44 is the score. Beetle, please take us out of this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty desperate for DLM right now. Zion is trying to make something happen, but he's in a bit of a tough spot. We'll have to see if either of those players end up catching him. He's now behind enemy lines, but Ninja is able to pick up a kill. And so for the night are able to take that game, and this puts them on game point in our Pandemonium League finals. They just need to win one more game to close it out, and I feel like they've come alive these last few matches.
Yeah. For the night, looking super strong. We're going to take a peek at that scoreboard. And right now, just once again, homie Hopper She's doing a great job of, whenever she has a bad game, of just being a goldfish, as they say, and just forgetting about it and just locking on to what needs to get done next. For the Night are all about just doing what needs to get done on the map and focusing on being efficient with their movement, with their routes, and with their communication. It looks like DLM are a great squad. They were down quite a few numbers in that game 5 Slayer, but are still in this series. Only lost out by only 6, which is a very close margin. Almost nothing, frankly, in Halo Infinite. Super close. Just a couple decisions and, deaths that maybe they can avoid and erase, and they'll be back into this. We're going into game 6 in a best of 7. Wow, that feels great to say. Beetle, what are you looking forward to in this, what could be the last game of this amazing Pandemonium League, if For the Night take it? But I'm fingers crossed right now. I'm low-key hoping for game 7. So for this game, I'm gonna put on that red jersey and say I'm team DLM.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the same thing I'm always looking forward to, and that's the snipers, because we're on Fortress. There's 2 of them, and I'm expecting to see a lot of insane plays coming out of both of these squads. DLM definitely backs to the walls. They have to win this match, and we'll have to see if they got the chops for Assault. A lot of players still kind of figuring out how they want to play Assault, especially on this map, since this map is new as well. So I think it'll come down to who kind of gets that early aggressive control in the base first, because a lot of times players are not able to lock it down, just pushing into the wrong areas of the base, getting picked off. So I think whoever can figure out how to stay alive in the enemy base is going to be the team in the stronger position. But we're starting off with Hayden, who's got that snipe and maybe almost flipped a teammate there. Oh, gets the counter snipe though.
Oh, yeah, disgusting plays. Quite the sequence right now. Hayden doing the Lord's work with that purple and white snipe, trying to do it all. And I wish Ascending Baseline had a skin in Halo. I feel like it would kind of look a little bit like that. Maybe a couple edits to it, but right there. I do want to mention, whoever put neutral bomb on Fortress in this game, a 6 in the best of 7 is a menace. I respect it, but also you're a menace. Right now, the snipe off between Dark Matter and Hayden right now. It looks like Reaper was the one that put in this map. I like the map choice. We were definitely seeing some explosive Halo right now. But geez Louise, Hayden was the last one up for their squad. That bomb gets moving, and I would be surprised if this game ends in anything more than a 2-1 victory.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like a good push for the Night for a bit. They were doing a lot of damage, but they just couldn't quite clear the players out of the DLM base. And now Sion coming in through the bottom of the base right now. He's got that bomb. Ninja's going to go down. Dark Matter gets 2, and I think they might be arming this bomb early. Since is going to have to try to get over. He throws the nade, but it's kind of hard to hit that spot with the grenades. They can slip past so easy, and that bomb gets armed cleanly, as it looks like Sin's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Will eventually take out one of the players. Hayden hitting a nasty sprint strafe on the Delta. Delta gets there in the end, but 1-0 for DLM at the moment.
I hate to send us out of the casting booth so quickly. Beetle, please correct me. Did we do a listen-in with DLM the last time? Because if so, we would love to hear what For the Night are thinking. I know they're down 1-0, but I expect that we're going to see more of what they have always done. It's just stay locked in, stay focused, and respond to great communication being produced by the players.
We were on For the Night last game for the listening,
okay.
So we are down 1 for DLM. So
I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it and say, hey, let's go DLM right there. Thank you for saving me. That's why this is your swamp, and we'll see DLM trying to secure this this tie in the series. But right now they're up 1-0. Thank you for that, Beetle.
Can we?
Hey, there's our basement still.
I need downstairs.
One's their top tower. One's their front base.
Tower snipe, one shot. I killed snipe.
Alright.
Hayden's weak on that mark.
Our ring 2.
Our bridge. Right here. Bridge.
The repulse.
They touched.
Still on armory.
Yep.
Hayden's still armory.
Where's bomb?
It's like our bottom base or something. They touched it. It was about to re. Again.
One's pushing here.
They're wing. Ring 2. They're ring 2.
Yeah, I don't see this bomb kid, bro. He's
traded.
He's on me, our top tower.
One is our top tower. One's our, yep.
Tower, I'm going wing. Make sure we get our snipe.
Okay.
One shot bottom mid, they're bomb.
Right
here, he's right here.
All dead.
One's bottom mid chasing me, the archers. They're box jump up.
I threw that ball off the map.
Nice.
Yeah.
Our bottom tower 1.
2 dead. 3 dead.
Right. I'm getting through their side. I'm getting through their spiral.
Hative just spawned.
They're spawning elbow. They're spawning elbow. Spawning elbow.
Yeah, I hear you.
2 up. 2 up.
Bottom right
Trying to
here
do-
with shots.
Looking at their. I'm trying to look at you.
The ones that are bond wrapping around you, and then
Snipe
on their
the tower.
tower.
Their tower 1.
One's
Tower
gonna be
one's
our
well.
side.
Absolutely
Bond,
right
one's ring
bridge.
2. He's bottom mid. Nice, big snipe.
Apso
Yeah,
there.
this is
Apso on
good
ball.
delta.
Yo, we can just play for OS. Just keep position on them.
Yep.
Their tower still.
The
Tower
tower
1
1.
shot.
New tower.
Nading it.
Bomb Apso. Bomb Apso.
Dead.
I'm dead. Another one's ring 2.
2 dead. 2 dead.
One's on OS ring 2, and then top
this
their
side.
tower weak.
I'm grabbing ball. Ring 1.
Top
Apso
tower,
OS.
on OS. 2
Apso
dead.
OS.
Bottom mid.
Dead.
Nice.
Have it.
2 dead.
Respawning
Tower 2
elbow.
1 shot. Tower 2 1 shot.
Here tower. I'm pushing it.
1 shot. Just 1 shot.
Oh.
Still near ball.
Dual
Another
ball.
back elbow snipe right here.
In their armory.
Dead.
1 shot.
Nice,
Three
nice.
dead.
3 dead. 3
Armory
dead.
1.
3 dead.
Sense is still armory. Dead. 3
Alright,
dead.
I'm pushing ball.
Try and get a new arm.
Get up this one.
They're
I got
spawning
you, I'll block
below.
you.
They're spawning snipe. They're spawning snipe. Double the arm.
Oh,
Double the
got
arm. Double the arm. Yep. Nice
Nice.
finish.
Shit. 2 there.
I got one.
Nice.
3 dead. Shit.
Very good, yeah.
Terrible now.
3 dead. 3 dead. 3 dead.
Alright, 2 dead.
Getting through to their side again.
Alright, one spawn. And
They're
On their
porch
front.
weak.
Yeah, please, please.
right here,
Porch
porch.
is super
Up to
weak.
you're good.
Playing the
Guys,
back
try to get underneath if you can.
I got one.
Very good.
Behind you, Delta.
Yo,
Ring 2.
our
Ring
wing.
2.
Our wing
Ring two.
hated
I
on
got
our
one.
side.
Good.
One more near me.
Our wing
Yeah,
is.
ring two. Ring two. On ball.
I'm getting my
Ball's weak.
shields.
Good.
One shot here.
One more.
Nice.
One more.
Nice,
One more.
nice.
I'm living their
They're
spiral.
spawning elbow.
tower,
Yeah,
good
just
tower,
say
good
go
tower.
to tower now. Below you, Sense, one shot.
Absolute top and bottom tower, last 2. Top and bottom tower, last 2.
Right here.
One was 1 shot.
I'm looking for it. They went our side.
And it's one elbow. One's just cross their snipe. One just cross their snipe.
Hated weak, they're back
No,
5
they're,
one
they're,
shot.
they're basement stairs. Weak.
Yeah, I'm trying
One's
to
ring
leave
2,
you,
I think.
bro. Ring 2, 1 shot.
Dead.
Nice.
One's
Ring
pushing
two,
their back right here.
Under spot. I think under. Yeah, under you. Playing behind you.
Right here.
Yeah, one's chasing you. One's chasing you.
I
Two there,
juked him.
two there, two spiral, two spiral.
I think I juked. I'm not even
Absolute-
telling them I
absolute
juked them.
Spiral and
crazy.
plasmas.
My
Yeah, I
game
completely
disconnected.
full-
All right,
juke
they're
them.
ring 2. They're armory.
Yo, my game disconnected real quick.
How much time? Alrighty. We are back from that listening. Had a quick disconnect at the end, but DLM are sounding good and they're looking good. What did you think about it, Queso?
Yeah, sounding good and doing good. I feel like we're about to go into. Are we going to go into that game 7 right off the rip, or are we going to just restart that 2-0? I'm still catching up on my perspective, Beetle. But it sounded great. I do want to finish my point though. It's definitely impressive to see both teams just going back and forth, back and forth. Absolutely, no one's got any quit in this lobby. Everybody's dialed in, locked in, and doing their best that they can. Again, once my question with my question, did it? Someone disconnected.
Yeah,
but
it was a
still-
disconnect. So
Yeah.
I would imagine that they're not going to just run it to the next, but you never know.
You
I
never
haven't
know.
seen any typing yet, so I'm assuming that we're going to be seeing, a jump back in with a 2 DLM.
Yeah, I think right now you can just play the last couple minutes of that map if needed, or just go to whoever scores the first. In this case, if Dark Lives Matter takes the one plant first, they'll take the series. But if not, we'll keep going. If 4th and 9 are able to secure it right now, man, finding my words, finding my momentum again. A lot is happening right now. It's been fireworks today, and it's frankly testing my casting chops right now because it's just a war of attrition. I feel like every single series that we've watched here in the Pandemonium League has been very explosive, and it really is a testament to the community that y'all gather, at 12 p.m. EST. It's now tomorrow for the East ESTers, but for us PSTers, it's only 9 p.m. That's passion, 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 and like I keep mentioning, I'm super, super excited to see us setting baseline. All the teams y'all got playing at LAN, not just the main one. That's trying to push really high positionings and placings right there at Arlington. It's going to be a great, great, great story, and a lot of storylines are going to be written in the collective book of Ascending Baseline next weekend. Love to see it. And this is only a taste. This is just the warm up. And it's such an honor to be here with you, Beetle. Thank you, Dark Reaper, in the production booth as always. Man, everybody that's locked in, dialed in. If you like the stream, support the stream. It is a great community. And I'll get off my high horse for a little bit and pass it back to you, Beetle. What did you think about that listening?
I mean, I thought the Dark Matter was looking incredible. He is worth 3 players on the other squad right now. So as long as they keep up that kind of momentum on their side, I think that they should be looking poised to tie us up and bring us to a game 7. It's certainly going to be tough for the night to bring it back. And I felt like they sounded good. They also sounded confident. Like when Zion had the ball the bottom red spiral or blue spiral, he was able to like kind of give him the slip, and like he knew he did. He was like, I think I gave him the slip, guys. I'm going in. As he like made his way up through the elbow, which was very funny to me that he was saying that.
Yeah, no, definitely feels like a unstoppable force and an immovable object right now. I'm gonna give the immovable object to For the Night and the unstoppable force to Dark Matter and company. Right now, I think it's just whoever is extra dialed in. I know whenever people talk about Shopify Rebellion versus Optic, about how close it is, I think the difference in this series is going to be, that morning routine. Who got an extra 15 minutes of sleep? Who has that extra sip of coffee in them in this late night Saturday brawl? So super excited to see how things unfold. It looks like everybody's in this lobby. Dark Lives Matter DLM only need one more plant to force us into game 3. Will For the Night come back here? I don't think so, just based on assault neutral bomb on Fortress, but I could be mistaken. I'm only a humble D2, so I still have a lot to learn when it comes to analyzing Halo. And we're loading back in here, and what a treat, what a series we have. Beetle, anything that comes to mind as we're loading back in?
Yeah, I mean, I think For the Night want any chance, they're going to need a strong opening here. If they give up an opening right away, the game could be over just like that. So, we'll expect to see them try to do the best they can with that snipe and hopefully pick up the overshield to make the game go the distance. As we jump on into this, I think that the players that I'm kind of looking for are going to be Homie Hopper on the side of For the Night. I think the Homie's going to have to do pretty well. Homie was sniping quite well last time, able to kind of knocked down. I think it was Delta that had the snipe across when they had a bit of a fight. So as long as they're able to do something like that, I think that, For the Night, we'll have a shot to bring this game back.
Yeah, definitely agree with that right now. Just kind of waiting to see what happens. Definitely just going to analyze what is going to happen right off the rip. Hada picks up that sniper. No surprise there. Look for this duel as they connect and find a slay. I'm a little backed off on my screen, but then I fast forward and we're back on the perspective of Hade. Chaos, as Grizz is on the dead screen. Since it's on the dead screen, those respawns come up, and Beetle, what comes to mind?
Yeah, I mean, Hadev was able to get out and stay alive to snipe. He's trying to find Dark Matter, just has not been able to yet. Finally gets the body shot, going to take him out. And this is kind of what they needed, but unfortunately his team is kind of on the back foot as 2 of them are already down. He's taking down the one shot. He's going to have to hit something ridiculous on Delta. Doesn't connect, but might have been able to give him the slip. Has the repulsor to get up, got those shields back, is going to find him, take the shot, and now he might have a little more ammo to work with. Going to take down the ball as well, and Hadev is kind of putting it all on the line here for the squad. Will he be able to get the one-shot Dark Matter? Manages to get there, and he's on a spree.
Yeah, on the spree and with momentum. Still has 5 shots left, now 4. That repulse in their back pocket too, with just about 5 minutes left on the clock. Homie finds the slay onto Delta. It looks like just those sniper shots aren't connecting. Hadev needs to play their life. They finally find the body shot and gets the pings across the map right there, but it's not enough to force the enemies onto the death screen. Hadev and its Sins are trying to respawn up. It looks like Dilly is just being a rat. I hate to say it, but can we look at the perspective of Dilly? I would love to see what they were doing. Oh no, they got taken out. No, never mind. Caster Chris comes in. I wanted to see that. I feel like we've seen some cool odd battle matches during the weekend tournaments that kind of show a player just ratting into the back base and getting a plant off without anybody noticing, but it seems like everybody in this lobby's grown hip. Sycon repulsing up, trying to get that overshield, and it wasn't enough as that power item spawns in, and it looks like Hadev will be able to grab that.
Yeah, it was a close early start to the game where it looked like For the Night might have had something going with all the damage Hayden was able to do, but DLM were able to hold on. Grizz at the top tower was taken low, but it looks like Sion's going to pick up a double. So he's now in a pretty decent spot. Hayden being the only player up. He does have that overshield. I would love to see Grizz try to get a punch. He does go for the swing, but he's not able to connect. It looks like Hayden's going to pick up a double for now, staying alive. The help is here, and they have another opportunity to get this across the map, but Dark Matter swings in on the flank and is going to take down one. Since cleans him up, but that ball is still not moving, and time is not on their side. For the Night is going to have to make something happen.
Yeah. 4:20 left on the clock. It since still has their shields blinking, but now it looks like For the Night have some confidence for the first time in this map. That's 2v2 right now. This next pick is going to be super crucial. Whoever gets it is going to have momentum on their side. It looks like DLM did grab that slay, but once again it's another 2v2 situation. But right now the respawns are up for the squad in blue. Delta has an opportunity to throw out that bomb, does, just to make the opposing team think. Hated with that sniper, that's like cinnamon toast crunch and milk. That's just a deadly combo right there. It's something that, you know, reminds me of peanut butter and jelly. Scores 2-1 with an arm, finally going in favor For the Night. Just holding strong here.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what they kind of needed to do. Hadev has been just a menace with this snipe. He's hitting so many shots, picks up the double kill, out of ammo, whips it out to try to get a shot, but there's not going to be anything to shoot. But now it looks like Homie has come up with the other sniper, moving into these spiral stairs, going to find a player here. Doesn't connect with the first shot, gets the melee. They kind of bounce off each other, and both are going to be alive. One shot as Homie's trying to back up. One bullet left in the snipe. See if she can find anything, and they still have the pressure on. That bomb is in the base, so if they can pick up a couple of kills here, that would be pretty big as the trade comes through.
3 minutes left. Homie Hopper is just flying off the map right there, and we switch on to the perspective of Dark Matter, who is going to do something wise. I hope. Yep, there it is. They just threw that bomb off the map. I love to see that reset in assault neutral bomb. I love to see, you know, that oddball mechanic being implemented in this game mode. I think it leads for some great Halo. Love to see that being utilized right there. Love that. Homie Hopper eventually gets taken out right there. 2.5 minutes left. This might end in a 2-1 score. I'd be surprised if anybody's able to get one last plan off. It looks like we're about to head to a game 7 unless For the Night can just ice up here and close out this series on Fortress. Hative gets taken out. BR in the hands of Dark Matter, and just holding forward back to their base, trying to back into the enemy base, excuse me, trying to make something happen, force that game 7 immediately and as soon as possible. It looks like For the Night will hold strong though.
I mean, Dark Matter did a lot of damage. The team was able to kind of move the ball up. Looks like Hativ's going to try and get it out. He was taken low. Since able to save him for now. Grizz has that high ground position, going to send Sins back as he tries to climb up there. Will he be able to get the kill? No. Sins picks up another one, and now Delta's the only one up, and he is on their side. If they don't know he's here, this could be a huge play. It looks like Sins has found him. He's taking down in one shot. Omi comes down the bottom, but Delta was able to get a trade, and any amount of time that he can buy just helps his team out, as again, they are up, and there's only 1:30. And, you know, with how long it takes the bomb to arm, this is going to put the pressure onto them. They're going to need to make something happen, and they're going to need to do it soon.
Yeah. 90 seconds left in this game 6. Let's see if we're going to go to a game 7. It seems like we are. One last overshield coming up on this map. I feel like because of that reset, we have a little bit of awkward timing. It's a little, unless I'm tripping, yeah, that's some funky timing on that OS, but I guess it will go into advantage of Hative and squad. Nice double kill. This is the opening that they need to tie things and to push us into overtime. Let's see. Beetle, what are you analyzing right now as that plant is starting to get off? Can someone take out Hative? They do. Wow, that is a save if I've ever seen one right there. Homie is the last one up for, not the last one up, forced the 4 down for a DLM, and just like that, I was mistaken. It is 2-2, and we're going into overtime. One plant to rule them all here. Will For the Night force the final game to be this one, or will DLM, oh my lord, I'm finding my words, but will DLM be able to push us to a game 7? Beetle, what are you thinking? Looks like Beetle's taking a sip of their water right now. Grizz just anchoring what they can. Getting a nade onto Hative and just trying to be patient. Right now, it looks like the bomb is arming. This is chaos, chaos, chaos. It doesn't get planted though, and just like that, ow, Sycon will hold strong and not be able to get it. I felt like that was it. Hative throws that bomb off the side of the map. That tech coming in clutch once again. And 3 minutes left on the clock. I don't think this is going to be enough time for both teams to get a plant here. Beetle, what are you seeing?
I mean, we'll have to see. For the Night was able to put up a quick one last time with a minute 30 left. It seems like they're playing really explosive. As soon as Hative is able to get something going, he seems to be able to make a lot happen. He only gets 1 kill this time, so not able to clear out the base. But they are looking pretty good in the match so far. I'm surprised they were able to bring it back as quickly as they did. Now it looks like Cyan is trying to make something happen in the back of the base. And I like this move going to the bottom of Snipe to be able to just kind of stay alive. But unfortunately, he's going to get spotted out. Gets around the corner though, and that could be big with the amount of time that he's buying.
Yeah. Right now, just taking a second to gather my breath and my thoughts right now. I just want to see the situation that's unfolding. Sycon able to back off and eventually gets picked off. This is just a war right now. 3 down for DLM out of nowhere. They're on the back foot. Their bomb is about to get planted if they're not careful. This might be it. This might be it. Hative. Oh, got it. Just like that. Wow. 3 down once again for DLM, and we're not going to a game 7. I am shocked. For the Night are your Pandemonium champions right here. Beetle, please give them their kudos. Please announce it to the world. Say what needs to be said here, because wow, just wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was worried about for DLM there at the end, is we saw those explosive arms coming out of For the Night. They got 2 quick ones, and it felt like as soon as they got control, they were just able to get across the map. They do it once again in the end to bring back the sweep in a reverse sweep bomb game. And that's going to make them our champions here, and kind of a bit of an upset overall. Like, not so much in this match, but we did have, our 4th and 3rd seeds playing here in the final. So the bracket got pretty crazy for us today. But yeah, congratulations For the Night. I think they all played incredible. We had a lot of back and forth hype going on across their team, different players stepping up when it mattered, and it was able to carry them to victory. So, once again, congratulations For the Night for taking this game. And at the last look at these stats, KSO, was there anything that really stood out to you overall in this, as well as the earlier part that got reset?
Yeah, let me get the glaze ready right now. Hative is my player to watch on this Ascending Baseline team next week. I hope I'm not putting them on the spot. I'm literally knocking on wood right now. I hope y'all could hear that, because I'm making sure that I'm not jinxing them right there, and just saying that they're going to be a formidable force and are LAN ready right there. They're going to will their team to victory and help everybody to just be super, super, super dialed. I'm excited to see, their leadership shine next weekend at Arlington. I won't be there in person, but I'll be watching through the streams, and I'll be a menace in Twitch chat for Ascending Baseline, hyping y'all up, and just excited to see everybody compete. Anything else that comes to mind for you, Beetle? It's been an honor, by the way, so I'm probably going to pass you this so that you can sign us off after your thoughts. Reaper, thank you as always in the production, but Beetle, what are your final thoughts, and then close us out?
I mean, just huge shout out to the teams. I thought they all played really well today, gave us some great games, and always a fun close to one of our leagues. And if you were watching this and being like, hey, I want to play in a league, well, you should hit !Discord and check out the Ascending Baseline Discord to see what we've got to offer. Ascending Baseline is a gaming and fitness community for all skill levels who encourage and support its members to ascend their own baseline, not only in gaming, but their health and fitness too. We've got an active looking for group for matchmaking, Chad. I think we get 3 to 5 lobbies going almost every single night on that. We've got monthly tournaments with prize pools. We're supposed to be having a squad battle tournament maybe coming up soon. Last time I checked, it needed more signups. So if you're in a squad battle, You should definitely check that out and get signed up for that tournament. We've got quarterly leagues. We were just watching the Pandemonium one. This is a draft-based league, so you go in not knowing who your team is going to be, and you'll get assigned day before it actually starts. There's 2 different divisions, so depending on what your skill level is, you'll be able to find a division that fits you. We also have our AB League, which is going to be coming up pretty soon now that this Panda League has ended, and those are pre-made teams. So you get to sign up with your friends, with the squad you want to play with, and run it down in that. There are 4 different divisions for that, ranging from the really sweaty top tier teams, which, like, for example, the ascending baseline team usually does play in that. And then it goes all the way down to, some of the like flat to diamond area games. So you always be able to find a division to play in if you check that out as well. All the tournaments, leagues, and events are cast and streamed right here on the Ascending Baseline channel. We keep track of your player stats. So if you're trying to see like how you've improved, or maybe you just want to flex on some of the other members, you always have that opportunity. And we got more to come in the future. So join the Discord with !Discord. Make sure to follow us on Twitter with !Twitter for all the latest news and updates with what's going on in Ascending Baseline. And if you get tired sometimes like I do, maybe it's the morning, maybe it's after a 3-hour grueling couple of series, why don't you check out Coffee Brand Coffee? If you use code ASCEND, you'll get 5% off of every purchase, and every purchase helps support Ascending Baseline, letting us do the stuff that we do. So once again, huge shout out to Queso and Reaper for being here with me. Huge shout out to the teams for playing, and don't forget to meet up with each other in Arlington. There's going to be a lot of players there, and we'll catch you next time on Ascending Baseline.